Alrighty, folks, and good evening, and welcome to another session of Out of the Abyss. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined. I had to adjust the music there for a second. Joined by our wonderful and questionable players this evening.
Hello, Internet.
That's
That's
up.
fair. Hey, Twitch.
Whatever's questionable is up to you guys. You be the ones to judge. Questionable morals. But let's get into the dang thing and pick up where we left off last time. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about how we got to where we're at now. So, last time, you guys were quickly heading to Cairngorm Cavern, talk to Stone Speaker Graham. You gave him the crystal that you had retrieved from the Flamekeeper's guardhouse, and in thanks, he spoke in a few words, quite confusing as always whenever you've spoken to him. But he did send two of his kind to meet you at the Salt Swimmer to help retake Blingdenstone, two stone giants. And after this, you made it through the gates and spoke to Captain Erday Blackskull of the Stone Guard. She didn't seem unpleased by your work, but could not pay you in full as she had already used part of the money, quote unquote, helping you with with a little favor of telling some drow that were apparently looking for you that you were not here any longer. Go look elsewhere. And with the partial payment, you guys took to the Salt Swimmer, seeing Hemeth along the crew, as well as the two stone giants, Call and Jord. The trade concluded, the gnomes were ready to be rid of Gracklestug as much as any of you were. Thus, once more on the lake, headed to Neverlight Grove, or at least the shore near it, in hopes of getting some Blotson. Well, things are never easy on the Dark Lake. Only a day into your travel, and the vessel crashed into a spiked sandbar, starting to make repairs quickly. Had a band of Marrow attack those on the sand, and while all this was going on, a monstrous hydra assaulted the boat. Needless to say, you had your hands full, but with a tough fight, all of the enemies were defeated without a single loss of life, just several wearied feelings amongst the crew. Now, all that's left is repairs, and that is where we're going to pick up. As essentially, we're picking up right as the all of the bad guys just kind of fell. The Hydra still half on the boat. The several Marrow beings are on the shores of the sand at the front of the ship.
Carl, Yord, good job.
I just kind of nod.
Right, I'm
Feels
still
weird
controlling
to
water.
not be on the land.
Right? We need to fix the ship. I got maybe 45 minutes left.
His words will call. All right, mates. Get on the lit. We'll fix the ship. You two big guys, make sure just kind of maybe lift it up a little bit. While we all get to repairs. I'll make sure the wheel is intact and maybe shove off that giant beastie into the water.
Yeah, I'll help you shove it in the water.
Right?
As,
Hey, is any magic?
No.
All right.
Hey, can I
Get some
take a look?
dancing lights out.
what was that, fun guy?
I was just gonna ask, can I take a look at that little that big beastie guy before you guys push him in? I just want to see if there's anything like his flesh or blood or anything like that might work well in terms of like the herbalism kit. Like when I scrape off the carrion, if he's got anything worthwhile that I can figure out about him.
Give me a nature check. You start to look over this great beast. You have heard tales of hydras, well, in the Dark Lake, and possibly other great areas of water, felling many, you've heard tales of them fighting heroes and tales of them taking out whole troops of, small bits of armies or brigands or monsters. And though they don't tend to keep treasure themselves, often the things they do eat or slay are known to have treasures. The creature itself, it's not. Its scales are kind of tough, but they're not, as tough as like a dragon hide. It would be intense work to try and make anything useful. But a prize is never a bad thing, as there's numerous heads to choose from.
I said it. Small things. Maybe I can. I'll ask if anybody's got a knife or sword I can borrow to see if I can get to this thing's belly.
And Casper's gonna throw you a dagger that he's got on him.
All right, can I try and dig in, see if I can find this thing gut, see if there's anything worthwhile if I've heard stories of it?
Absolutely. Give me a survival check to try and dig into the belly of this giant hydra, as plenty of people are getting to work on
Before, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, while you're doing this, plenty of people are getting to work on actually fixing the vessel from where it sustained several injuries, damage.
I'm just control
Not
water.
that what you're doing isn't important, but we're repairing the vessel, fun guy.
Hey,
Well,
I
it's
will come
also-
and help you in just a moment.
Weller's also a little hurt that you wanted to slice into something and didn't immediately ask for my glaive or it's okay, it's fine.
Your glaive is
Enjoy
twice my height.
yeah. But
It
it would have been
easily-
funny to see.
It's probably
Yeah,
like
it would've
four times its height, I'd say.
I mean, just think about it. At least you killed the beast.
Mhm.
I mean, that's an impressive feat.
Does the boat that we're on have a figurehead?
It does not.
Hey,
All right, so you
fun
want to
guy.
grab a blade, start cutting off a head, now while I work on this belly?
Fuck
Yeah.
that! Cut off all of them. Put them all on there.
All right,
My
it's
weight
your
on the
ship.
boat.
All 12 of them?
Yeah.
They had a lot when he died.
Yeah, 12 of
But
them correctly.
You imagine how fiercely that would be if the salt swimmer had 12 hydra heads at the front of it.
I mean, they're going to decay eventually, but if
Well, yeah, but the
one-
bones is still fearsome.
all right,
Right, mate?
You got
I
some
agree.
extra rope.
Pretty cool to me. I mean,
Stop the repairs. We're cutting heads and attaching them to the ship.
But
No, continue repairs. I'll handle cutting the heads.
We got to.
as
I
I'm
can make
sitting
quick
there
work
like
of it.
control water, standing in the hull in water.
Wars excitedly stops fidgeting with the wheel, as he was really not doing anything. As Fungi is really digging hard into this
I
thing.
mean, I got all these other things into it, so I might as well try and use some of them.
Absolutely.
I see how good a thing I can pull out of this thing's belly.
yeah.
Considering how it died, it probably won't be too difficult to hack into.
The heads are definitely. Oh yeah, it did kind of turn to ash a little bit, right?
It rotted almost instantaneously.
Yes.
Oh, sure, I forgot about that.
Oh, that's right. Because I made a
Like
joke
help
about
it.
needing
Good-
a room. This
Good
go.
point.
Rotted.
Hopefully something good still.
So with that, Fungi, I would like you. Interesting. To roll me a D100, please.
Come on, fun guy. Roll high or low, whatever number you need. That's a great number.
Alright.
That sounds like a great number.
That's awesome, man.
High's usually good.
There you go. See,
Just not in this case.
Well, you roll me a D.
Yeah.
Roll me a D4 as well too.
D4.
That,
fun guy
that
on
seems
fire.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know what that
goddamn.
4 means, but
means botulism.
Yeah.
Look, this is a
80
pretend world. Let us just
89.
pretend. It's amazing.
how fitting. So you would find some skeletal bits inside of it, particularly a hand. And on this hand is a ring that takes up like a 2-finger ring with a heavy, looks like a carved opal, and a couple of purple-hued emeralds, like a golden brass ring. Very fancy looking.
So not botulism.
As also plenty of fish guts and stuff like that. It looks like this.
Ooh,
That's a cool ring.
it's a very cool ring.
Anybody know what this thing is? Just pretty, or does it do anything?
I could try to take a look at it. And I will start to ritual cast Identify.
Okay. Do you go through the motions of that, making lots of noises and like?
No, this time it's completely calm and serene like a normal human or a normal person.
Okay, fair enough. Spending 10 minutes as heads are being removed, the skin's already sloughing off of them and being hastily tied to the front of the ship. As repairs are being underway, it will probably take a good hour or so to finish the repairs. Although some of you have mending, so that will expedite the process a little bit. It is a ring of swimming.
Oh, nice.
It's
It's a ring of swimming.
Yep.
Eight.
Who's in heavy armor? Weller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually keep water walking on,
Yeah.
but just in case.
Weller
we
notably
need to
has
do
a
that.
ring of water walk already.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
So who's the next one that needs to be able to swim? 'Cause I can always change into a croc if I need to swim.
I fly. I don't want to swim.
I could probably swim.
I
Can I have
can
spot
swim,
boot?
but I mean, it seems like I've been thrown off board a few times recently. Very bad luck.
That is
Yeah.
true, man.
What about you, Dusk? You're the one who's always kind of going and grab people. You go swim pretty fast with this thing.
Gives you a swim speed of 40.
It would be helpful, but my overall speed can usually overwhelm difficult terrain if it's more useful for someone else. If not, I'll take it.
Swimming isn't necessarily difficult terrain, though. I will say that.
I think we got 3 good candidates for it. Anyone want it?
You guys want to
Rollsies?
roll?
Yeah.
Anyone interested? Roll for it.
Sure, we'll roll.
Sure.
That makes it exciting. What,
Yeah.
D20?
Roll some
Yeah.
d20s.
Highest wins?
Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
Right.
Okay.
Sounds like Casmus won the Rochambeau.
That makes sense. He'd be getting thrown in the water a lot, mate.
Yeah.
It isn't the first time.
It
Well, it
happened
will be the
before.
last.
Repeatedly.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
As you hear a bunch of hammering and sawing as you guys are discussing this ring. And again, some like... Kazook is definitely... Not Kazook. Is that his name? Shit.
Yeah, Kazook, isn't it? Pickshine?
Yes. He is fervishly... Like, he's excited about the idea of having a figurehead of 12 Hydra heads in the front of his ship. He's,
That is pretty badass.
Yeah, I'm definitely down
Yeah.
to help him with that.
Yeah. Once we're done with the repairs, I'll help mount it to the front.
Oh, he's doing that while the repairs are going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
He's not
has
waiting.
other priorities.
Yep. That's what he's spending his like central 45 minutes to an hour doing. Like assigning at least one other gnome, and probably Turvy will help with that too.
Once we finish repairs, I'll recast water walking on the party and the giants.
All right. Yeah, after a fashion, unless there's anything else you guys want to do while repairs are being taken care of. All right. Well, after a fashion, the repairs are finished as a water walk is once again cast on several of you. And the ship, like I would say, while you have that control water on there, they'll actually they'll probably just have the stone giants kind of lift up the front of the ship or getting into it and kind of pushing it off of the sandbar. As there's still, some obvious damage to it, but it is...
Seaworthy.
It's seaworthy. Absolutely. As the vessel, the Salt Swimmer, is once again underway. The giants get aboard the vessel. As Kazook kind of has a little more pep in his steering. As, 12 rotted Hydra heads are attached to the front of the ship. It is a fearsome display.
Gross.
A little janky, because they're not, super attached. But they're there. They are there. Stern warning to anyone who would cross the front of the vessel.
All right, mates.
As you drift off into the darkness once more, into the unknown that is the Dark Lake. The fog does continue, so Kazook will take it as slow as possible until the fog subsides. Doesn't want that happening again. But with a little more gusto. And as you guys do take off, about a day and a half, almost 2 days goes by. You get your long rests on, etc., etc. As you see a cliffside covered in fungal growths, a few zirkwoods kind of jutting off of the cliffs, and some of them actually growing out of the water. Large, 100-foot tall mushrooms, almost creating like a staircase going up to the cliffs, but not quite exactly. But you could see how it could kind of pose that. As you would see a small stream flowing from a waterfall coming over the cliff. The stream looks to be spewing kind of murky red waters full of like plant debris and the occasional bone over the small waterfall.
Right, mates. Is this what it's supposed to be like?
I mean, they do grow stuff out of corpses, so
But yeah, this is as close as we can get to the Neverlight. It's as good as it gets. Could get a couple carts up there if you want us to follow. Unless you're trying to get all sneaky. Be good to have the giants here to keep an eye on the ship while business is tending to.
you guys should stay here. We got a bag we can put a lot of stuff in.
Yeah, I won't, question that. I'm all for staying on the ship. Never much liked going going to Neverlife special. I think you all mentioned what's going on there. Don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I don't think we want to either, but we'll do it for Blinkenstone.
Yeah, I really didn't want to come back here.
Emmett will kind of pipe in. I wouldn't mind going with you if you would like my expertise. I feel like I owe you for getting me out of Gracklestug and when I needed it.
You're more than welcome to join us if you wish.
Yeah, the more the merrier, right?
I do have a light foot, so unless
Good.
it is needing to be heavy and we change at a moment's notice.
You still
Yeah.
got the bag, right, Weller?
Yeah, I got a bag.
You want to empty it so that we can put as much
I mean, it's pretty empty. I got 40 rations and 300 silver.
Okay.
Right. Aren't we
Should
putting gross stuff in there? Blotson, you said?
Yeah, Blotson.
What's the matter with these bags?
I don't know. Do you know anything about these bags? Will the, contaminate in the bag?
Will the Blotson contaminate your other
the
stuff?
food. Yeah.
I'd like to say no, but I've never tried it before.
Right.
I would
so
say
we
you
should
don't know
probably
enough
empty
about
the bag.
Blotson.
Yeah, I'd like to say no, but you know.
I mean,
leave
if
it
you're
at-
really
not a big-
worried, we can transfer to the other bag I've got.
yeah,
but-
not a big enough deal. I can just move the 40 rations and 300 silver into your bag. I'll take
All right.
your bag up there.
All right, let's do that.
Seems smart.
Kazuka just I wouldn't recommend eating it, but it does have a particular stickiness, which is what we want. The stickier the better.
stickier.
The stickier the Blotson, the happier we'll be.
Right. And
Rock
fungi,
the
you
dump,
know
you
where?
know exactly where we need to go for this?
You asking Rumpadump?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably like around the grove. I mean, that's where it grows. Usually around the dead bodies. The deader, the better.
Take some Blotson off of dead corpses. Right, mate?
Yeah, it likes to grow in the brains.
Wonderful.
But anyway, he said it's really sticky, and yeah, it gets really, really sticky.
You got any
All right.
tricks to how to handle it?
Well, they just let it grow, and it grows and grows and grows.
All right.
Growing's
Right.
good.
Anybody got any gloves we can borrow? Some gloves? That'd be good. They need to be magical. Just
You would notice
Or
none
is
of
it
the deep gnomes have gloves on. Like they all have very hardy hands. Well used to working.
Both
Okay,
of
no
our herbalism kits should have tools for handling things without directly touching them.
that's true. That's true.
Little tongs
It-
or
Just
you know.
would take time. Before we head towards the grove proper, I do want to bring up that it's confirmed we do have drow looking for us. And they were told to look elsewhere. This is elsewhere.
Right, you got drow hunting you still?
Yep.
Seems like
Any-
it.
Do you know who?
I forgot their name, but she was a noble, I guess, of the Drows or something like that.
You got a name?
No, I forgot the name.
I'll let everyone give me a history history check.
Yeah, I didn't want to start going back through all that.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hang
That's
on.
basically.
Let me
that's
find my
basically-
handbook
I
with
don't.
my
I only
notes.
heard her name like once.
Or
Yeah,
I haven't
it
seen-
was only mentioned once or twice, maybe. Casmus, you definitely remember.
Dusk definitely doesn't remember.
But it
Yeah,
was
maybe.
Ilvara of House Mizram.
Yeah, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say that name. Oh, right. No, I remember now. Ilvara Mizram.
Right, does that check anything with you?
It would be a history check from you guys.
Oh, I mean, we can both make one.
You can both make
Oh,
one.
that's not the name I had written down.
All right.
There were plenty of others.
Yeah, I don't know. No.
You don't have disadvantage. I would say with the 20, you have heard of House Mizram. They are in good standing within Menzo Berenzin and do keep a prison on the other side of the Dark Lake. Definitely not a house to be trifled with.
Right. Is that a female you said?
Yes.
So a noble priestess. Right. We see her, we need to kill her quickly. And don't let anyone escape.
Yeah. Last time we got very, very goddamn lucky.
Right. No witnesses on this one.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to what Dusk was saying, proceeding with an abundance of caution is probably wise. We don't exactly know how all that wedding shit shook out. We left before it last time, but it didn't sound like it was going to be a party we wanted to attend.
Right.
It probably happened.
Yeah.
When we get close, I'll give us Lord Shadow's blessing.
It probably wouldn't hurt to go invisible on the way there either.
Well, it's
Mhm.
approximately around a day's travel to the Grove.
Yes.
Right.
So, I save the magical energy. Then again, I don't use magic. But, Zach,
Right. Yes, Dusk?
which deity do you channel your power from?
Oh, the Lord of Shadow.
Aren't there like a half a dozen of them?
Right, mate? I'm sure there are.
Dusk will just sort of nod and not say anything else.
Fair enough.
Weller's eyes dart between them, and he starts nodding as if he knows what Dusk knows, but he clearly has no idea.
Well, let's make for the Grove and try to get this accomplished as quickly as possible.
I agree,
Let's
mate.
go.
Yeah, all right.
Right. As you guys take off from the Salt Swimmer, with your small retinue in tow, climbing up this cliff of mushrooms and fungal matter, some of it extremely soft. The rocks are
Fly.
still hard. Absolutely, you can fly. Yeah, I'm not saying this is a challenge, but yeah, you can fly up as everyone else is climbing. Dusk easily has no problem climbing this either. But as you ascend into this cavern beyond, see this dusting of lights flickering here and there, multicolored, and it's not quite a tunnel. It's more of a long cavern. Zerkwood stretching to the ceiling beyond what you can see at some points. Other fungal growths dotting and lighting the landscape. A very natural cavern in a natural state of decay. The immediate sensation of that sickly sweet smell, with an undertone of the smell of iron.
Mask on. Hood up.
You would see what looks to be a veritable graveyard of animals, people, plants, all rotting and decaying. Even the Zerkwood and even the fungus growths here don't look healthy. Like a battlefield of living against death, and death is winning.
Right. I'm going to guide myself and see for any religious applications, like if I can tell exactly what this is.
I would say there's no sense you can make of it being religious. It looks like a bunch of decaying shit, decaying even further. I'd say there's
Right.
no religious tones present.
Alrighty, mates, that's ominous.
Hey, Rumpy. Does any of this look familiar?
I'll tell you what I told you when we first met. The first time I ever left the grove is when I got scooped away by those guys, and I couldn't find my way back, so I just had to keep going with them. They just walked through mushrooms and came out other mushrooms and walked through mushrooms and came out other mushrooms, and it went on and on. It was, I don't know what they were doing, dancing, and it was weird. But no, I've never been here. I didn't get outside the grove very much. I don't think they liked it when I was moving. He just kind of like, his face looks down.
Any bloodshed possible on these corpses, so we don't have to go as far as we intended?
I don't know. I mean, if we wanted to search them, we could, but I don't think we're close to the grove yet. The right stalks is what gives away the grove. This looks too colorful.
And fungi do a nature check in a similar sense of religion one, trying to seeing if like anything seems unnatural about this level of decay, or I notice something.
Yeah,
like,
you can give me a nature
negative
check.
bad about it.
Yeah, can we tell if it's new or recent?
Okay,
Well, the grove was about balance. This
Mhm.
appears to not be in balance, so I would say this is probably not as it was before.
With the 19, everything Dusk just said seems to make sense. Fungi, yeah, it seems out of balance. The sickness is kind of taking over. Not necessarily sickness, but the death of things is taking over the scenery in front of you.
Okay.
You would notice the occasional spores, like kind of just drifting along the non-wind, floating about. And some of them are even illuminating certain areas. The occasional puddle of ichor, kind of like natural juices of creatures or plants puddling in places. It's
How
not.
does
Go ahead.
all right. I was just saying, do I notice a more presence of Fairzess here?
Fairzess isn't always seen, but that being said, give me a perception
Visual
check.
sign.
Yeah. Looking for little signs of swirling or
Yeah, just more than I've seen
Yeah.
recently. Oh my gosh.
Stick your tongue
so
out and see if you can taste it.
Yeah.
Tastes like peppermint. Nat 20.
The
I wasted
schnozberries
a
taste like
20.
schnozberries. I would say, given your history with immediate connections to the Fair Zess, you would be almost certain that there is some at play here in this cavern.
Right. Is any magic going on we should know about?
Right, right, and I start to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. As she sits down and starts
I'd
to
be
prepare a spell.
cautious about your use of magic.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you your business, but magic tends to be twisted.
If y'all haven't interacted with this stuff before, it can
Oh,
make your magic a little wonky.
Yeah, we
Just
all
ask
step
Casmus.
back about 20 feet away
Yeah.
from it.
yeah, I back up.
You back up and stop casting.
Just
Oh yeah,
if,
no, I
if a moment comes where you need to cast like fireball or something and it's in the general direction of the party, don't.
don't.
No,
Yeah.
try to focus on cantrips if you're not too sure if there's furthest around.
All right, and I continue ritual casting Detect Magic about
Okay.
20 feet back from where I was.
Okay. Kind of like at the edge of this cliff. You can still see the salt swimmer below. The two hulking giants atop it. One of them kind of
Don't-
looks up.
Oh man. You guys remember the boat times? Those were
Right.
fun.
It's my first time on a boat,
the
actually.
They were a lot better than this.
Being
I,
too
uh,
close to a cliff, I
raft
might
time,
not be able
Lane?
to resist.
as Hemeth will say, we almost had the boat. Remember when this guy blew it up? Yes. I was there for that.
Blew up a boat.
Yeah, we had a boat.
Just the sails. A day away from Gracklestug. Boy.
Man, you ever think that like we could have just stolen the boat and become pirates of the Dark Lake or something?
You could have.
I would have been very happy if we had had the boat. Yes.
Yeah. That would have been more fun than the whatever this is.
Even the first boat, it wasn't destroyed by the whirlpool. Could have kept it too.
Yeah. Wow. That's a great point. We really haven't had good luck with whole nautical vessel thing.
No, but at least we survived.
Yeah.
Right. You can make more money. Get a ship if it's what you really want.
Oh no.
No.
It's so far down the list of things I want at this point. Right now, my list of things that I want consists of getting the shit that we need from the Grove and getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Go back to the surface. Go back to the civilized world.
There's plenty of civilization down here, and Terry be like, yeah, plenty of civilization. It's, just not a lot of it hospitable.
Yeah. No offense to you two. It just didn't really. That's not what I meant. I meant just what I'm used to. Civilized world I'm used to.
Yeah, I mean-
You cushy little billows.
Right. It sounds soft. It sounds like the surface is soft. Why hasn't? Never mind.
I ain't rich at all. I don't live that well up there.
Right. You just hear you all complain about down here like it's terrible, but is the surface really that much better? Like not as dangerous?
Yes, I want you to roll me a d20, please.
I don't really have reliable memories of the surface.
Okay.
But from what I do know, it's different. And in a lot of good ways sometimes. And bad ways
Like-
too.
Softer? Like you all seem pretty tough.
I mean, look, it depends. Of course, if you stay in the big cities or in the village, probably nothing is gonna happen. If you go into the the forest, and if you go up north in Icewind, you're probably gonna think it's hell. But if you stay in the city, it's really not that bad.
When I think about it, I've kind of always had a feeling that everything's out to get you down here. And I don't necessarily really remember that topside.
Right. So softer.
Maybe a little softer. Maybe a little kinder.
All right, mates.
As
Well, let's go.
Yezebo's
Definitely brighter.
Yezebo's spell does conclude, and you don't sense any magic about in the nearest vicinity of your radius of your spell.
We vamped for the whole duration of her spell, and we don't sense anything?
No?
Oh, man. That's improv we're not going to get back.
Right.
Well, thanks for trying, yes. White
No
stalks.
worries.
We don't see any, right?
You see a few, but not like at the Grove.
Push forward.
Right.
Unless, fun guy, you want to do any of that weird sampling shit with these things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, let's go.
Right. Scouting ahead. Hiding.
As Zach's gonna be scouting ahead, it sounds like, stealthily, trying to traverse your way through this graveyard of life. Zach, I would like a survival check to forge the path ahead.
All right.
Come on, buddy. Step on all the landmines for us.
All right. With a 17, as you're traversing this cavern, little bits of light dispersed here and there, and plenty of bits of darkness. You come up to an area where you see dozens and dozens of these large orb-like creatures. Tentacles kind of sprouting out of the sides of the central orb. Little kind of bulbs at the end of each tentacle.
Right.
You would notice
I'm
a central eyeball
sleepy.
in the center of each of them.
And I'm hidden, so
Give me a stealth check.
that's a good point.
And we're about, what, 1,000 feet back?
I'm assuming
I don't
not
think
too
that
far
far.
back. Yeah, you're
Wow.
hiding. As you guys
I'm back
hear
on
him
the boat.
crunching on some bones underfoot.
Bones. That's with advantage. Shit. Right. At that point, I'm just going to go ahead and be like, they look like they're probably looking right at me, right?
Yep. Like, at least 24 are staring straight at you.
I'm going to message Iz because she's back with the party.
Why?
As you guys are staring right at him.
Right. I'm looking up and I'm going to message her with my dagger. Do I know what this is?
Give me a nature check.
I really hope your dagger has special properties and that's not like a euphemism for stabbing her in the back. Like,
With a
send her message
16.
with my
Yes,
dagger.
it is actually a very deadly fungus known as a gas spore. Typically seen in small groups of about 6 or so, but see a whole pack of dozens and dozens, not quite 100, maybe 50 or 60. They have a tendency to float towards living things and explode, infecting them with their spores, creating more gas spores.
Right. I'm going to message Iz. Got a problem?
Why?
Black spores. They blow up. They're looking at me. I'm getting ready to come back to you. I know it's risky. You may want to. I don't know what hurts these things. So. Right. and I'm going to like misty step away, like right then.
You misty step back and you're nearly with the rest of the party. I'm sure you're not like hundreds of feet ahead.
No, probably within earshot. So,
Yeah.
uh,
You quickly
yes, so-
bounce back because it's kind of down a hill where you see this kind of wave of these gas spores beyond.
right. Hey, fungi, do you know what hurts these gas spores?
Do I?
You guys have encountered them before. In fact, when Fungi and Dusk first met the group, they were being attacked by these, well, quote unquote attacked. They were being harassed by these gas spores, and that's actually how Turvey lost his sister,
Oh,
if you recall.
Right.
They just kind of
Right.
float around until they hit something, and then they infect.
You want to do one of your fire things and see if that hurts them? Maybe just
be careful about any of the magic down here again. Small magic.
right. We got to go through there though, and there's
All I have is acid for something small.
Do we have to go through there?
It would
Right,
seem
see
it's the
around?
way that you've been taken.
Do we see any route around?
Give me a perception check as you try and look for a secondary route in the darkness beyond. We'll say it'll be a disadvantage, if that makes you feel better or worse. 14. You don't see any way around these, as it's kind of sheer cliffs, like walls stretching up beyond this divot where you assume that those gas spores are. You don't see them from here, but it does kind of dip down into darkness as your sight doesn't kind of help you see any way around. No.
right.
Unless you
So,
want to scale
I'm
some
gonna-
cliffs.
Wouldn't be the
I mean-
first time.
I don't mind, but
The flying guy doesn't mind.
Yeah. He was quick on that, wasn't he?
if not, I think is incinerating the spore area probably be a good idea. I know it's risky, but it's away from us.
How many of them
All
did
right,
you see?
I counted at least 5 dozen.
I can
A lot.
probably make a firewall and burn all of them too, or
Well,
Well,
if you-
just throw bolts.
I didn't
Back,
know you had a wall of fire.
backing
Yeah,
up
you
just
can
a
do that,
second.
right?
I'm a tiefling. I mean,
Yeah, I've never met a tiefling. Zach
These
doesn't
gas
know.
spores-
Zach, stop asking
Well-
for fire if we're not going to do it.
I don't know if we're gonna do it. It seems like a good idea. Fire burns
I don't-
spores.
I don't have small fire. I got
Right,
big,
big
got a
fire.
boom.
Right, but I think we need big fire. There's 5
Hold on
dozen.
one second.
Big
These
fire would be
spores, just we
risky,
back up
though.
1 second with them. The spores, they just have to, when something goes through it, they attach onto something, right?
They don't attach, they just kind of drift and spread spores. They do have tendrils, that kind of, almost like a jellyfish, like tendrils, but floating upwards, sometimes dangling down.
How big are they again? Just
Is not quite as big as the stone giants. They're ogre sizes.
they're huge. And something just needs to take them and just, I mean, like if they're that big with the tendrils,
And they're like
So they can just
floating,
grab it.
floating balls.
so something can just kind of grab. Something was resistant to these things in some way. You can just kind of grab these things and just run off with them into the darkness.
Yeah.
Right, that
Poison.
seems safer than throwing some fire in there.
Well, because the
Grabbing
fire
them?
has
I mean, it could be. I don't know that though.
still
How are they
magic.
going?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if setting them on fire might not just cause more things to disperse.
Right.
Right.
How far back was that? All that other dead stuff,
It's all around you right now.
bodies.
Yeah. You don't see any full bodies immediately. You can see bones here and there.
Enough bones to make a skeleton.
Possibly. Give me a perception check. We'll say disadvantage in the darkness of this cave.
I know where you're going with this. I know what power you want to use.
Well, the 16. Yeah, you think you can probably scramble up a skeleton in the debris around.
All right.
But if
Think-
they're attracted to living things, will that work?
Oh. Kind of want to see it though.
I mean, I
Your
kind
call.
of want to see it too, because if he grabs one, I don't know. It
All right.
sounds fun. Worst comes to worst, we burn it, you know?
All right. Everybody stand way back.
Yeah, all right.
And
Step back.
so I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna compose my little skeleton here.
He picks up a
And it's
bunch
gonna
of
take me a
that's
minute.
covered in debris and all sorts of bits.
What's his name?
Oh, we're bringing back Mr. Bones, baby.
Mr. Bones? All right.
It's always gonna be Mr. Bones.
Until he gets his doctorate,
Bones.
and then he's Dr. Bones.
Does he's Dr. Bones? Does he have a first name?
Dem.
Dim.
Miss. First name Miss, second name Tur.
Dim Bones. Bones. Dim Bones.
All right.
Limbo.
As you spend a minute animating as the fungus kind of around the space sticks to the bones, lifting it up. I would like you to roll me a d20. I would like you to roll me a d100. $42.
I mean, that's
42 of these things.
that's the answer.
Start coming.
42
to us.
Mr. Bones.
Well, yeah.
No, as you cast this, you feel yourself get like instantly shunted back 20 feet. And you can all see that the fungi is just kind of splitting in and out of reality, like kind of blinking. As fungi, you have the ability to, for the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Well, I'm just gonna teleport then right back to Mr. Bones
Yeah.
and tell him, Mr. Bones, see all those big black spores over there? I want you to go start grabbing them and just go running. Grab as many as you can and run and just make them all chase you all that way. Way
It
that direction.
holds out its
away from all
bony
of us.
hands.
Say it again.
It just holds out its bony hands.
Yep. Go, Mr. Bones. Grab. Run, go.
As Mr. Bones runs down this hill into the darkness beyond what you guys can see. And
That was the plan?
it just disappears over the hill.
Well, did he go towards the spores I was telling him to?
He ran down the hill towards the spores. I mean, you don't see the spores where you're at, but it's just kind of... It's past a kind of bluff.
Interesting.
Right.
But he
So-
goes running. This bony skeleton goes running. Disappears.
Well, now we need to see if it worked. See if
Right.
if he threw them away.
I'll sneak up to where I was before.
Give me a
or
stealth
until I
check.
can see the spore.
Does anyone want to take bets? Are we betting that this was successful, or Mr. Bones just ran through a collection of spores?
That didn't work.
As Zach sneaks about 60, 70, 80 feet back up to the edge of the hill where it goes down. Zach, you would see... You know what? I'm going to give Weller inspiration for that, because call back to Jim Jar taking bets. But Zach, you would see over looking through. Give me a perception check to see what you see.
That's fair.
It is dim down there, but with a pretty good vision of this dozens of gas spores still down there. You would see Mr. Bones holding two of them like balloons running away the other direction, like across this field, this valley, as he's holding two. However, you would see the dozens of balloons going up the hill towards you guys.
Right. I'm gonna move back.
I'd say
they're
a
coming.
couple more would be following Mr. Bones, but they do appear to be coming up the hill towards you, slowly but surely. A big
Right.
wave of balloons.
Swarm incoming.
Great.
Oh,
Mr.
you mean
Bones
it
got a few.
didn't work?
Aw,
Right.
Are you
man.
surprised? I ain't surprised.
That wall of fire.
Run.
Yeah, now
Right.
would be a
We're
great
gonna
time
run
for the wall of
back to
fire.
the ship, so we can. No, we need to take care of this.
If they're coming
If
up the
that's okay,
hillside,
boss.
we
I mean,
have elevation and
can.
it's a bit of a bottleneck.
I can make a wall of fire.
Right. As I step away from him.
You magic
Right.
people, cast whatever you can, take
Yeah.
as many out.
Step well away.
As you would start to see them crest that hill about 50 or so feet away. This is kind of one blob, then two, and it's stretching the entirety of this cavern as they are kind of coming up like a big wave, easily 100 feet wide.
Okay.
Right.
And how high is the ceiling?
About 80 feet. If not more. Parts of it disappear into darkness beyond your vision.
Yeah, it's probably it's too large of a cavern for the feel like they probably could go over the wall. So that's not gonna be helpful.
Right. So
As
fireball
you
now.
see this wave. It looks like beholders. This wave of them. Slowly.
Well,
Moving like 10 foot every 6 seconds. Like they are just kind of hovering like balloons in your direction.
Weller's gonna put a hand on Casmus's shoulder and on Yes's shoulder and be like, I know you guys aren't usually the frontline defense, but you got promoted today. We're gonna be back here. Good luck with whatever you do.
That's what's gonna look at Isabel.
Alright.
Fireball at them. You think that's gonna work?
That's all I have, and fire.
All right. And let's throw fireballs at 50 feet down there.
All right.
As you just start lobbing fireballs, I would like each of you to roll me a d20. And then I would like each of you to give me an Arcana check.
I'm gonna check.
Terrible.
Okay. As you're launching these balls of fire, erupting through kind of, where are you aiming? Like the center? Are you aiming for the sides? You just kind of willy-nilly? You tell me.
I'd say each. I would say each on one side so that it connects to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's wider than than the fireballs are together.
Right. I think they're trying to put them at the edges of the giant mass to try to fumble.
So yeah, to
Yeah,
get the
makes
most
sense.
Okay.
of the mass.
Interesting. I'm trying to think about this. So, wave, you're hitting the edges. As with that, they would start swaying more towards the side where Casmus shot his fireball, as they're still coming but it seems like they are more leaning towards that side because it seemed a little weaker in terms of the fireballs. Just slightly. Actually, it would have probably been more powerful, but just the placement of it. Only as several of these beholder-looking fungus balloons explode, spreading spores like rapidly. There's still a good 40 or 50 of them. But one side is more than the other.
And how far away are they from?
They're quickly creeping up on you guys. I don't know what you guys are doing, what the rest of you guys are doing.
Oh, I'm not worried about us. We walked back to the ship. How far are they away from them?
You're gonna leave us there? God damn it!
I'd say
No.
about 30 or so feet. As there's still dozens of them.
I'm gonna step away from the group, but also not towards Iz and Casmus, and I'm gonna try to fairy fire the group, so we get a good outline of them.
I was thinking that too.
Okay.
You could do the other side, Weller. Go the
Yeah,
other
that's
way.
true.
Give me
I'll run up with him and
trying to light it up to see where you.
Yeah.
Both you guys give me Constitution checks.
Constitution.
That good old Drow innate magic. And I would also like you each to roll me a d20. Again, kind of one good, one bad.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh.
Weller, roll me a d100.
Your mustache is gonna fall off.
no. Wait, was that a check? I have second wind.
No. That's just a d20. 82. As both of you try to ignite this fairy fire, instead, Weller is illuminating from your mustache, Weller. It glows this bright golden light in a wide area, about 30, 40 feet, as it's just everything is illuminated. It's nearly blinding for those of you nearby him.
I'm gonna step away from Weller.
Didn't mean for that to happen, but we
I would say
can
his
see that better now.
armor's gleaming in the same light. As yeah, you do see them very well now. And they are quickly going towards Weller.
Right, I'm stepping away from Weller.
But you do have a good vision of them.
That's good.
What are you guys doing? You can easily just walk backwards and avoid them by walking backwards, but then you are not walking forwards. But
And we're getting towards the ship.
Whoa,
as
that
you guys,
that was profound. That just blew my mind for a second.
I know, right? They only go like 10 feet every 6 seconds, so you can easily just kind of keep your distance. But there's still a bunch of them. Some of them start to float up a little higher, like a rolling wave, just kind of popping up and down like balloons.
So I can move faster than them,
Absolutely, you guys can move faster than them.
and they're heading towards me.
Absolutely, they are.
Can I lead them away from the group to try to create a path for
Absolutely,
them
you
to
can.
proceed forward?
Give me a. You know what you're called? Persuasion, deception, or intimidation. I'll give you advantage because using your situational bonus of you illuminating this light.
Let's go. You said persuasion, deception, and what was the third one?
Intimidation. Well, any of the charisma-based skills, essentially,
Gotcha.
to try to get their attention to follow
Let's
you.
go. Let's go persuasion.
With a nat frickin' 20, as Weller, what do you say to your group as you're starting to go a different direction?
Oh, I point directly at Dusk and say, "Don't you fucking leave me. You all move."
All right. As Weller runs a different direction, kind of like not running, but just kind of stepping back maybe 15 feet every few seconds.
Come
As
on, you ugly bastards.
this
Follow
large,
the light.
exactly this
Dusk will face in front of him,
dusk will what?
like doing pace in front of him. You know, kind of doing the half backwards ninja run.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. As Weller disappears, as this horde of balloons follows him into darkness. Well, into light that he is creating.
Right. He said move it.
Let's
So
move.
I'm moving.
As they seem to have a target in mind. As you guys are taking the opportunity to run, everybody?
I am.
Pretty much.
Okay. As you take the opportunity to run, I mean, I don't know unless you guys tell me. As you take the opportunity to run, and Weller easily, you'll meet him back in like 5 or 10 minutes, just kind of giving these things the run around. Everyone else just kind of descends down this hill into this valley where these creatures were. As you can see, several small, looks like regular mushrooms, but larger, of course, have all been infected with these spores, as bulbous kind of growths are growing on all of them. And there's a bunch of baby gas spores down here, but they're not active yet, unless you step on them.
Right.
And kind of at the other end, as you start to make your way back up the hill on the other side, you would see Mr. Bones still kind of carrying 2 balloons down the large cavern ahead of you guys. He's not going very fast because he's got to drag 2 things, but he's got them.
Right.
Right.
I just want that entire scene animated.
Yeah.
I would love that. Like you ascend back up the hill and you just see this rotting bony guy holding 2 balloons like it's his birthday. He's the birthday boy. But he's going down one tunnel away from the water, the stream, which essentially, if you follow the stream, you'll get to Neverlight Grove.
Right.
And eventually,
So we just,
a few minutes pass where you guys aren't running anymore. Weller, I'm going to say for funsies, give me an athletics check.
Yep.
This won't have any negative effects, just for story purposes. As, yeah, you guys are kind of making your way, sneaking up through this cavern once more. As kind of almost following Mr. Bones. Weller's just kind of easily jogging up. Looks like he's not a scratch on him. He's no longer glowing, because the glowing only lasts for a short period of time. But no problem at all.
My God, I can't believe that worked.
right.
That's amazing.
It's the
Dusk,
power of the
next time
mustache. Right.
next time it's your turn. I am not built for cardio.
Right. I don't have the mustache.
You'll get there one day, bud.
Right. Maybe. Hope so. Hope to live that long. Let's get moving.
I'm gonna bring you this map just for this, not a map, this scene for thematics, just because you guys aren't here yet, but you know, says don't want to be looking at the boat when you guys are not on the boat.
I like this. This is better background. Yeah, I like this.
That's all it is a background.
You haven't been here. I like the boat better.
We'll make it like darker. There you go. It's easier on the eyes too. As you guys are traversing down this tunnel, this cavern, intersects with other caverns as you're kind of following the stream loosely. Sometimes it descends underneath the rock and meet back up with it. You would come to a place where there is this tunnel that you're following, and you know that, like, you can almost see the stream on the other side. This wide, almost like when the Ghostbusters went in the sewer. There's a wide chasm with a slow flowing multicolored goop, bones floating within. And you would see the occasional bubble as like a tendril of the goop slaps up through the air slowly. I'd say it's about 15, 20 feet wide. And there's mushrooms all around it. Not big mushrooms. This is probably more of a smaller cave section here of the tunnel. But this wide and slow-moving, mostly pinkish colored goop just kind of burbling down the lane.
Does that
Right.
look familiar to any of you all?
No, you've never seen goop like this before.
No, mate. That ain't anything even normal for the Underdark.
Hmm.
I don't think we want to walk across it. I could get us across that way. I can get across. I could get another person across. Is you able to take somebody?
How far is it?
If they're small,
It's
I can
about 20
carry 'em.
feet,
Yeah.
20 feet across.
Right.
Kind of need to
Do you have?
figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So I can fly over. I can teleport across and take someone with me if need be. This seems serious.
See large bones in it.
Right.
Yeah, you would even, you know what, for funsies, you'll see a small pack of sturges flying across it. Those insectoid bat-like creatures, seeming like they, I don't know what, they're just flying across it. As a tendril of goop laps up and just smacks both of them, drags them back down as you hear the screaming of large mosquitoes getting drowned
Oh,
and
Did you guys see that?
quickly disintegrated.
Right. So
we don't want to be one of those.
No.
right.
Mhm.
Right. So I can get someone across with myself.
Somebody
I
volunteer.
can-
Zach's very excited about getting someone across.
I could teleport across, but yeah, probably best to keep my my magic if I really need it.
Can we cut down a mushroom or something and maybe make a
There are no
bridge?
large mushrooms here.
Can we
Hmm.
cut down some small mushrooms and tie them together and maybe make a bridge?
How
You
how
got
high are
rope.
walls and ceiling?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Walls probably go up maybe about 15 feet to the ceiling here. So it's this is more tunnel-like than the previous caverns.
Tunnel like width. Yeah, so it really is like Ghostbusters too. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Not a lot of area.
Yeah. The occasional rock might kind of float on it, disappearing into the chasm beneath. I'd say it dips down maybe 20 feet down. Or, no, we'll say 10 feet down. So a total of like 30 feet in between the goop and the ceiling. It's up to y'all what you
Alright.
do here.
So do we have to cross? That's why we're formulating the plans?
Right.
Okay.
If we're to get to Neverlight Grove.
All right. Well, Dusk is pretty agile. Fun Guy's pretty small.
And you do have the NPCs with you too.
Right. We gotta get them across.
Rumpadome, Hemith, Turvy,
I
and
can only take one person
and the
if I
Right.
do it.
Cappy.
And I don't think it's water, so I don't think I can control it.
It looks
I
so far
mean-
from water.
Right.
Rump Cappy could probably get Rumpadump and maybe Turvy. He's not too
I can only carry
heavy?
one person. Turvy is
At a
more
time.
heavy than you know.
Whoa.
He's probably less heavy than
Yeah, I'll go up probably
any of the
like
rest.
a rock full of a few stones here. I'm not yeah, I may be short, but I'm
You're rotund.
yeah.
Right.
Well, not rotund now. Well, a bit like a rock,
Mhm.
hard and you know,
Like a rock.
yeah.
Right.
But I was just saying,
Right,
if you
so-
wanted to utilize them in any way to help you, you can.
Right.
Well, one guy can turn big and throw someone across. I can give them water walk, but I mean, they can walk on it, but I don't know what's going to happen after they walk on it.
I am not
Don't know.
walking across there. It looks terrible. Also, it's down, and you got to go up. No, you put a foot on there, you sink down. There are bones in there. That is idiotic idea.
All right. Well, we
Might
know
as
where
well be
Ethan
lava.
stands.
Right. You can walk on it, but
Well, we could, although this carries a risk with it as well, attempt to collapse part of the ceiling on top of it.
right.
Make
But
a
what if
bridge.
the flow redirects?
Well, like I said, there is risk. Plus, we don't know how much ceiling would actually come down.
Right.
But
Hey, you're pretty agile, right? I can get a
Uh,
rope across.
you're forgetting the tendrils of goo that slap up. I'm pretty sure I could get across, but traversing a rope over it would probably be not safe.
Yeah, you really want to do tight roping across a bunch of what appears to be acidic goo?
No, mate. I'd be on the other side already.
Yeah.
Well, it smells like
Um,
marshmallows. Why not?
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah, it's kind of like looks like the consistency of fluff nutter. Not fluff nutter, just fluff, minus the nutter.
You know nutters.
You said that because of fluff and utter sandwiches.
Hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's
I mean, we could cave it in. A lot of bad things could happen.
It's an idea.
What
That's-
else? What else do we have? What else can we see in this tunnel? Is there any other environmental things that we're missing?
There's a bunch of fungal growths. Probably some more bones nearby, and rock formations.
you could break the rocks and move those rocks.
We could break the rocks. That's an idea. Partial.
What if we make a stone bridge instead of just collapsing the cavern?
Mm-hmm.
Collapse
Yeah.
a large chunk of rock.
Stone bridge, and I'm also wondering if going with your rope idea, if there's somewhere to affix it higher up, and instead of tightrope, we have like,
You want
I
to
don't
swing
know what-
across?
but not necessarily swing, but I don't know
Like
what
a
the
slide.
hand over hand crossing, but at a higher altitude. would be.
Crawl over it.
A
Yeah.
hanger it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start
wait.
ritual casting Tensor's floating disc.
Okay. Yezbo sits
that's
down for a moment.
That's fun. We've done that before.
I can walk the fault.
Rocks?
Rock's fault?
I mean, okay, Weller, just gonna test this out. Weller's gonna reach for the biggest loose rock, if there is one. If not,
Like in the
he'll
wall,
knock
or are you
one
looking for
loose.
like a rock column, or what?
Whatever. Not necessarily like, I'm not looking for any like structural. I'm just looking for if there's like maybe like an outcropping where I can knock a big piece off. I want to gauge depth. Like, if we want to make a rock bridge, is it even feasible, or would we need to toss 200 rocks in this thing to actually
plus we can gauge its reaction when we drop a large, heavy object
Mhm.
into it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Give me an
Okay.
athletics check. You just hammer into a nearby wall to try and get some loose rocks out. With a 14, you get a sizable chunk, like a good like it's heavy, weighs a good like 70 or so pounds.
All right. I'm gonna toss that into it and
Okay.
see what happens.
You toss it in as it slowly starts to sink, but not too deep. You still see like the surface of it. It's loud like plump into the liquid, the goop. As it starts to slowly float down this river. Slowly but surely.
All right, so it's either not that deep or is incredibly viscous, but it doesn't appear to have much of a reaction to inanimate things.
Yeah, but if we go across, it might try to catch at us.
Oh yeah, for sure. But if we have to cross, we have to cross.
So, probably better to,
Yes, but roll me a d20.
All right.
Alright, you're good. You have a disc.
well,
Right. So, you want me to lead us in case the thing tries to grab somebody? Since you're climbing on the ceiling.
it's probably
Yeah,
better to fly
I could-
across it in
I
any way
could
we
climb
can.
on the mushrooms, and I can take somebody.
Right. How many people can we fit across on the thing? Is
Right, two.
two at a
Two.
time?
Yeah.
Who's first?
She has a floating disc about the size of a 5-foot diameter.
It's 5 foot. You'd have to be back to back. Maybe sit on the edge. But it'd fit
And
you.
Feet dangling
Maybe-
down.
Yeah, no, let's do one at a time.
how wide is the Marshmallow River?
20 feet wide.
Okay.
Stretches about maybe 40 feet long before it descends into a tunnel under the rock. Just like the one it comes from.
Also, just throwing this out here, I can levitate up to 500 pounds.
Right.
Can't really move anybody, so we'd have to like
Like a balloon.
tie a rope.
I mean, I
I
can
got
push.
a rope.
That's
Yeah,
not a
have to,
big
like,
deal.
tie a rope
That's
and pull
the-
'em, but just an idea.
I know how. Yeah, right. If you grab someone, I can push you across.
Yeah, we could actually all tie it ourselves. You levitate the rope, and we drag it across.
Right, because you got 500 pounds. That means you plus at least one other across.
Like
and
three
since
people.
you can't move,
We
huh?
could probably,
Like three
probably get
people.
everyone.
Three.
500
everyone,
pounds.
yeah.
It's like 3 people, depending
So
on
that's
the
5
people.
people across at a time.
Yeah, there's only one person left. Yeah.
You still have to worry about Turvey and Hemeth.
Well, Zach has got the flying boots.
Yeah, you just go back and forth. Rope, drop off, go
Yeah,
back.
because Weller's going to be holding
Taking
the rope.
multiple trips. Love it.
Yeah, you're discounting it lashing out.
Right.
All right.
How
Wow.
We
high
need to get-
it needs to be.
All right. So how many? Can anyone help with? So how many we got left to cover? 3. The 3 we got.
If I really need to, I can misty step across. But
Just out of curiosity, guys, and this is just me spitballing here. Do we think that we could put enough rocks in it to dam it up?
Right, but then it's going to flow somewhere, mate.
But they float on top.
Yeah.
they
Take a
flow
lot.
downstream. Yeah.
Yeah, they do slowly flow downstream. You can can always try to throw one in and hop on and throw a rock. I don't know, like a Frogger situation.
We could try to get a bigger rock with it touching both shores, or it's not going to flow down.
A 20-foot long rock. I would like to see
Right.
anyone try to carry that.
Let's see.
Right.
Wait, drop it from the
Even if
ceiling.
they're big.
I got strength 19.
Yeah.
If we all
There we
had
go.
strength 19, we might be able to do it.
Just a dumb
could
thing
drop
to
it from the
test to see if
ceiling.
it does anything is Dusk tried lighting Dawn. Sometimes her light just makes some things down here kind of dispersed a little bit. Just
Dusk, could you
this
Moses?
is a mean thing to a quick thing to see if it
'Cause it is
does
sunlight,
anything
yeah.
or not.
All right. Well, we'll give it a try. Couldn't hurt. Ignite Dawn.
As you ignite Dawn, kind of leering over this cliff, into the chasm below. Give me a intimidation check, but I'm gonna give you advantage for using Dawn. Why not, right? Maybe add your wisdom modifier too. I know you don't have intimidation as a skill.
Okay, so that would be.
So instead of your charisma, add wisdom.
All right, so at +1 back from Charisma, 9 +4, 13.
With a 13. It does seem to harden a little bit. As it slows down a little more. You can see this kind of burble as a bubble kind of jumps up towards the Dawn Blade. But it doesn't quite get as high as you would expect. I'm gonna get
Alright.
inspiration for thinking of that.
Launch a Starry Wisp into it.
Okay. Give me a... Give me another intimidation check with your wisdom instead. No advantage this time, though. Which I guess it would just be a wisdom check. You just want to roll that.
Yeah.
Don't call him Dusk the Wise for nothing.
17.
17.
Pretty wise.
Yeah, as you launch a dart of sunlight, it starts to kind of radiate around, and that patch where you shot it kind of hardens into a disc. That kind of, maybe about 10 feet wide, that just kind of very, very slowly starts to creep along the top. It's still in the flow, but it kind of like freezes it, like almost like a circle of ice.
That's neat. Let's while it's on there, I'm just gonna throw like any kind of rock. I just want to see like on top of
Yeah. Yeah, you just
ice
pick
disc. I
up
just wanna see
a
if it
pebble
holds it up
and toss it onto the disc of
Yeah.
solidified goop. Yeah, it kind of clicks along it as if it was hitting like kind of think about like a meringue when it hardens too much and gets too stiff.
It is the marshmallow.
Mhm.
I could keep firing and
Well, you already have a disc. You could try to jump across on that if you'd like. As it's slowly starting to go down the cavern, very slow.
Or the
I wonder if
worth
it's
a try.
light or if it's the radiancy that did it. I can hit it with the moonbeam to make a bigger patch. Unless we think it was just the light part of it that was doing it, and that one.
all right, so Dusk is going to dart towards the disc So you said about
About 10 feet wide, and it's kind of near the center, so you can easily hop over towards it if you'd like.
so it's another 10 or 15 feet to get across from it after traversing the disc.
It would be essentially a 5-foot gap between the sides. It's a 20 foot wide chasm. Then it's 10-foot radius. Or 5-foot radius, so it's
That's no problem for me to jump.
yeah. Give me an acrobatics check as you try to jump across onto this disc platform.
And that'll be my movement, but I will be taking the dodge action.
Yeah, I mean,
Notice, I was
Well,
going to use
levitate.
but I guess I don't need to.
Do you
Okay,
want to hold the rope too, just in case you?
he's already jumping.
Obviously,
Oh, he's already
It's already
jumped. Okay.
jumping. You could throw it to me.
You're holding out the
Yeah,
rope.
sure.
Getting a 20.
With a 20, yeah, as you hop over, land on it, it skids a little bit and kind of wobbles, but you're good. You would see this around the edges kind of starting to slowly bubble up, but nothing coming towards you. Because you're just kind of it's like moving like an inch every second or two. It's very slow moving.
Nice.
And how much more to the other bank?
5 feet.
Oh yeah, just hop over there and sort of cool guy, tumble
Yeah,
and get
I
back
would
up.
easily, as you just kind of leap up, climb up the ledge, using your previous acrobatics check. You're on the other side. Easy breezy.
Tusk
Are you all
wants to
coming?
Show off. Did you guys see
Right.
that?
Yeah, you
5
showing
foot
off.
jump and he like
Show off.
did a cool guy tumble. It's not even that cool with 5 feet. Be more impressive if bigger. Whatever.
Do you want to just shoot a few more just to make it some easier jumps?
Yeah, that's what I
Everybody
was
else?
going to say. I'll
We'll say, give me an intimidation at disadvantage, or a wisdom check at disadvantage then. Trying to create more of the same. And the DC is going to get higher every time you try and do the same thing twice.
14.
The 14.
No, 11.
Ooh, with an
11.
11. It's starting to kind of pick up. You can make little, like, not pebble size, but it doesn't radiate quite as much. You still have that one disc. It's slowly moving.
Right, we gotta go.
All right. So I say we all hold the rope together just in case anybody does slip, so we can be a quick pull, and we all just start making leaps across.
All right, let's go.
All right.
So the rope's all the way across.
Does Dusk have
No, well,
one of the
whoever's got
ropes?
the first one holds the rope, and everybody else kind of holds it. And if
Okay.
anybody falls along the way, we can all kind of just pull to
Pull
get
in.
that person back up.
Can
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
levitate myself?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
After you go-
I'll throw the one end of the rope over to Dusk.
Give me an
How long
athletics
is the
check.
rope? I hope it's long enough.
It's long enough, but
Fifteen.
throwing a rope is
Throwing a rope is
20
awkward.
feet is not the easiest.
Oh, you don't know about Weller's cowboy history.
Well,
I
that's
used to
what we're
lasso
gonna
shit on the
we're gonna
farm,
find out right now.
and I was
With a
moderately okay at it.
15, Dusk, give me a dexterity save. Trying to catch this rope.
Come on, Dusk. Come on. I take
I'm a
everything
cat.
back
I might
said.
just stare at it and watch
No.
it fall.
No, I
Yep.
take everything back I said about your cool guy roll. It was so cool.
Just pause at it and pause it away into the depths.
Now I catch it, then throw it into the goop.
Give me
Yeah.
give me a dex save.
I got it. 25.
Oh, with the 25, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got a rope spanning both sides. As Hemeth would be like, I'm pretty strong and sturdy. I can hold in the rope.
All right.
Back end.
I'll let you
Just-
hold it.
Make sure you pull me as quick as possible at end.
Well, also I could levitate you, or anyone if shit goes bad.
I do not need
Well,
your magics.
Well,
But-
it's Zach.
but just in
You
case.
can just fly the rope back over at the end.
Still, good point. If he is strong enough to hold it. Drow are usually pretty weak, in my knowing.
Hey, Hemoth. Remember the time that we rescued you from the prison cell?
I said usually. Look at him. He's so scrawny.
Oh yeah, he is pretty scrawny. He's
He
just
is-
young. He's a
He
baby.
is like a
it's
baby,
fine.
yes.
Yeah. It's all right.
Right.
All right, let's go.
So who's going first? As you're kind of this rope is dangling down, and you kind of have to
Weller's.
keep adjusting a little bit as to kind of keep up with the plate that's in the center.
All the things you said, Weller's going. He's
All
hanging
right.
on that plate.
Weller, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh yeah, here we go.
With a freaking 20. Yeah, Weller, you kind of slide down that rope and just kind of do a cool kind of like hop and a skip as you're still holding onto the rope, sliding, and then you just kind of use that momentum, just that one hop skip, jump back up to the other side of the chasm as you're right next to Dusk.
Ha ha ha! Did you see that, Dusk? That was pretty cool.
I'm sorry,
All
I
right.
wasn't paying attention.
All right, who's next?
I'll go, and I'm going to tightrope walk across
Okay.
the rope.
Trying to tightrope walk is, yeah, Hemeth will tighten it, seeing you try to walk across it. Bro, he's trying to do fancy shit.
Yes, don't forget your disc that you called.
You do have a disc that is
It
following you
follows,
across.
it follows me.
Good right across.
Just like
it.
underneath you, just in
Fun
case.
guy, do you want to ride? And I'll take you across.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, me and Turvey can get on pretty easily together.
Yeah, I'll hop on with you. Yeah, why not? Gotta get across some point. Yes, give me an acrobatics check as you try and tightrope walk across this shit. Or wait, still give me an acrobatics check. I'll give you advantage for the spider boots.
Okay.
You don't need
What?
advantage.
No.
Yeah, as your boots keeping you upright. Perfect composure. The occasional burble of the goop below does kind of bubble up, but not getting up high enough to the rope, as you are over there with Fungi and Turvy sitting on your disc.
Yesbo gets inspiration
both.
for acting it out. That was very nice.
Oh, you should have a disc like this all the time. Good way to get around the Enneadak.
That was impressive, Weller, don't you think?
Yeah, it was great.
I do bow to curtsy.
Leaving Zach and Casmus. And Hemeth and the Cappy and Rumpadome.
Right. I'm just gonna fly across.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Cappy can carry Rumpadump, right?
Yeah.
Cappy said he can carry one.
A 4. I rolled a nat 1.
With a nat 1.
Yeah.
Here's a point of order. Were you holding the rope as you were flying?
No, not yet, because I went before him.
Love that. Give me a dexterity save.
All right.
With a 20. As you are flying over, the goop laps up, nearly grabbing a hold of your ankles, both of them at once. And just kind of, you feel this weird sensation. You take 12 points of force damage, but you do not get caught and dragged down as you quickly twist your way upward and kind of kick off the goop and continue flying across.
Oh. Mm. Right, that sucks.
The most dexterous person, big the worst say.
And that one's happened.
They do happen. As Zach has made it across a little scathed, leaving us to Casmus.
He's gonna try to jump across.
All right. Kind of sliding down onto the rope, or are you
Yeah,
gonna
he's
try?
gonna use,
Okay.
he's gonna use the rope.
Give me an acrobatics check.
3.
With a 3, give me a dexterity save. We'll say as you're holding onto the rope, everyone who's holding the rope can also give me a athletics check.
We all just naturally grab the rope, or is it just
Well, Hemeth is holding on, and who's holding on to the other side?
Dusk is definitely
Dusk was
holding on,
still
and I
holding,
would
yeah.
say that when Weller came over, he would help him.
Okay. As the rope is pulled taut, and Casmus, this goop tries to grab you too. You take 13 points of force damage, but resist the grabbing temptation of the goop. But you do make it across. As kind of using that moment, that is when Cappy will quickly fly over with Rumpadump, as the goop seems distracted by Casmus, leaving just Hemeth to get across. I am not good at jumping, so just pull really hard, and I'll be over there.
Guess we can do that.
All right.
And for this, I would like a...
Dusk.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You're gonna do a group.
Well, you tell me what you were going to say.
Oh, I was gonna say Dusk was going to help Weller.
Yeah, Casper's the strongest, but he's definitely
I would say it'll be a group athletics check. Hemeth is heavy.
All right, then let's do it.
Will say I'll ready to levitate if I see that it's going south.
Okay.
You said athletics?
Yeah.
Mhm.
14.
17.
Fun guy with the 23. You have
God
advantage
damn,
on
fun
athletics
guy.
checks?
What's that?
You have advantage on athletics checks?
I did. That was with advantage.
What
The
do you-
champion gets advantage on athletics checks.
Champion. Dope. I need one from... Are Zach and Yezbo helping?
Oh,
I mean, I just flew across. I'm healing my blistering ankles.
I like to imagine Yezebo was still just like curtsying and bowing.
As
Just
Hemeth
okay.
does kind of leap down onto the kind of platform that's gooping across, as it does start to sink, you guys do quickly pull up as Hemeth looks at Zach. I see how you help your friends, just like a drow.
Right. You didn't get injured, mate. And I'll go over to Casmus and heal him.
No,
as well.
but I could have. You probably wouldn't have helped anyways. You're so scrawny.
Hemeth, listen, we gotta have a conversation about sweeping
16 is back to
generalizations, okay?
Casmus.
no,
You
you-
gotta inject
13 max, I'll
some
take that.
into your
You
vocabulary.
have to know them into their place. These young
No,
folk.
I get it, and I understand, but like you keep saying drow, like some drow.
Oh, dark elves, yes.
that's
Right, mate.
that's
I'm
not.
not.
Felt worse.
That does sound worse when I say it like that. That's
you
why I
can't
was saying
call them that
drow.
anymore. Yeah, well, just some drow.
Yes, like some drow. Like, and he kind of points to Zach.
No worries, mate.
Reminds me of some people not liking my kind up on the surface.
Oh, yes. Nobody likes devil worshippers.
I ain't a devil worshiper, but whatever.
Okay.
Right. I haven't seen him worship any devils, mate.
He does it in secret.
Right.
But he'll tell you about it later, I promise.
All right.
Right, all right.
Aye,
Everyone's
kid,
so-
I am here to help.
Let's get going, shall we?
As you guys leave the oozing river behind you, eventually meeting back up with the stream. And you know what? You would see Mr. Bones still wandering around with two of those balloons about
Hell
100
yeah.
feet ahead, just kind of wandering around with them. As he's walking around at the edge of this small stream that's flowing through this tunnel, you would see this shambling material of this purple, violet covered fungus, giant in size, bones and bodies and decaying stuff filling the spaces that are not the violet fungus slam into these balloons, kind of like just kind of almost, I would imagine, kind of like the in Akira, that when he presses that, like near the end, that weird amalgamation of flesh machine. This is kind of an amalgamation of flesh, fungus, and bone, just kind of slamming into the wall as those balloons kind of pop and absorbs Mr. Bones into its form. This large, shambling, fungal, skeletal thing lurking through the cavern ahead of you. And that's where we're going to take our little 5-2 minute break.
Not Sir Dim Bones.
So stick around, folks. We'll be back in a few. As who knows, maybe Mr. Bones has provided a little distraction from this thing, this abomination. But stick around. We will be back here in a few.
See you shortly.
Bye.
All right, folks, we are back in it. And last we left off, traversing this otherworldly terrain, tunnels and caves filled with gross growth and death and ichor. As you're making your way to Neverlight Grove, you would see not too far in the distance near this stream, this river stream that you're following, this large hulking creature made of purplish fungus and bones and bodies slam into Mr. Bones, unfortunately ending his birthday, as the balloons he was holding also burst as spores release, as this thing starts to absorb all of the plant matter and bone matter that was Mr. Bones and his balloons. What are you guys doing? This is a huge creature too.
Right. We destroy it?
No, absolutely
No,
not. We
absolutely
do the
not, yeah.
opposite and avoid it.
I'm gonna stop moving. Stop thinking.
As you start to look on, absorbs Mr. Bones into its being, starts to shamble away. You can hear that's not thunderous footsteps, but every step it makes, you hear the creaking of, it almost sounds like wood, but it's the bones and brambles and plant growth within it creaking, and every step kind of grows vines to hold itself firm.
So that's a thing we avoid, right?
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
mate.
absolutely.
Let it move away before we proceed forward.
I'd like everyone to give me a stealth check as you're trying to remain hidden from this fungal
Everyone,
hulk.
make yourselves as small as possible.
At a net 20. Okay, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
As that is everyone. Pretty good all around. A couple of good middlings, but still good. As you keep quiet. Everyone kind of holding their breath. as it starts to kind of shamble into the water itself. You would see from the kind of direction it came from, another one shamble forth. As the second one appears, you would notice this odd kind of sway between both of them. And the chittering of several of the skulls. As they shamble upstream and upriver. Kind of the direction you're going. At least for now, as they leave in darkness after a moment passes.
You know what those things are, mate?
I think those things are gonna mate.
Oh. All right.
Well, let's be aware that they are there and keep moving.
All right.
As you continue forward, who's leading the way? Still Zach scouting ahead?
Seems, yeah.
Okay. Through this path of tunnels and caverns. Give me a survival check. With a 9. As you're sneaking ahead, Zach, I would like a Constitution saving throw. An 18. This sheet of vines suddenly almost like a curtain rapidly stretches across the tunnel where you're traveling, grabs a hold of you, and starts to pull you in. It has you, but it's trying to cover your face and mouth as you are gasping for breath. What do?
Misty step away.
As you misty step out.
Just
Give me
shadow.
an Arcana check to misty step. With an 11. As you try to misty step away. You do misty step, but vines rapidly reach out towards you and pull you back in, or start to, as the rest of you guys kind of approach. You can see about 30 or so feet away, Zach is being pulled into this wall, a sheet of vines, multicolored and mostly purplish and blue, grasping out towards you. As it's starting to pull him closer, you can kind of see that little residue of smoke or that dark mist where he misty stepped away. What do you guys
We'll run
do?
up and try to slice at them to free them.
Okay, give me an athletics check. $25. You slice through it like butter as the vines retract briefly, just enough time for you to pull Zach free. They keep reaching out for a moment before retracting fully into that wall.
Right, mate. Didn't see that. Thanks.
Yeah, you gotta be more careful. I don't know if these things can talk, but that might have been an early warning system of some sort.
You guys remember seeing a wall of vines like this previously upon your first
These fuckers use traps.
traverse.
Really? All right. Now I know to look out for traps. How do you get through the wall?
How do we back him?
You blow it up.
Was that the one that me and Rince had our moonbeams on?
You did.
That was that one, all right. Yeah, we all kind of took a little bit of scalding from it, jumping through, but seems the radiant light kept them at bay. How big is the passage we got to get through again?
I'd say this cave is maybe 20 feet wide, 15 feet high. And it's a tunnel that you're going through right now. The stream does kind of run right through it.
Oh. I could ignite Dawn again and see how they react to her light.
Good starting point.
All right, I will do that.
As you ignite.
Sort of.
Go ahead.
And sort of, I don't know, wave her towards the vines.
As you wave her towards the vines, I would say they do react, but not as strongly as you had hoped.
I'll try conjuring a moonbeam then. And I didn't mean to roll the damage part, but
Give me a wisdom check. As you ray this beam of moonlight from the ceiling, trying to, splitting this curtain of vines down the center. It's a thin sheet of vines for sure. And this moonlight striking down the center.
Right,
do they regrow on if I move the moonbeam? Does it like regrow where I moved it away from, or I just kind of
I would say
weed whacking here?
You kind of weed whacking, but they do start to regrow. It's not rampant, but it does regrow.
All right, I'll try and keep this thing going up ahead of me and ahead of us, and we can all just kind of, run through because we can.
He's just kind of waving the moonbeam left and right to kind of part it, and you can see it slowly or quickly regrow, just not like, that's not instantaneous regrowth.
All right, I'll do what he says. Fly through it.
Okay. Give me you're flying, acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
With a 6, as Zach is first to try to go through it. You take 18 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Woof.
Actually, give me a con save first. We'll give you the benefit of the con save. Take 18 points of radiant damage as you're trying to time it to where like the vines, as you're more worried about that because they will grab a hold of you and try to choke you. Apparently, you bump into the moonbeam. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right.
I'll go after Dusk.
As you're running through, will be an athletics check. He was flying. He was flying. Describe it for me. If you describe it in full, and make it sound acrobatic.
So you're saying that this is a part where the vines start to grow back, right?
Yeah. So this pretty much wall of vines, moonbeam down the center. That's kind of going left and right. And as the moonbeam is going left and right, the vines are also rapidly regrowing right behind it. But there's that window between them.
Okay. So as dusk starts to take off, what he's going to do is he's going to start doing a series of flips to build his momentum, to time it right when some of the vines are starting to grow back. He's going to aim for that exact spot and tumble through.
As you tumble through, and give me an acrobatics check.
Probably failing. Oh, 23.
With a 23, yeah, you tumble through no problem. Not a hair on your body is touched.
And as he lands and springs back up and does the old gymnast sticking the point,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to look over at Zach and say, "You might want to be more careful."
Thanks, mate.
It's very similar to crossing the bridge. Who's next to go? Or
Yep.
crossing the chasm.
I'll take a shot.
All right. You're just running. It's going to be an athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah, you like sprint across.
I am speed.
You are speed. Taking a note from Dusk in the moment.
Not as elegant.
Get up next
Ow.
to Dusk and be like, see, long distances I'm not good at, but short sprints I'm okay.
Catch your breath. It'll be okay.
Yeah, thanks.
How large is the
gap?
gap?
Between the, like, 5 feet. It's enough for you to fit through, but it's just moving so quickly because he's moving the moonbeam. The vines are regrowing, so it's just like this moving window between the vines and the moonbeam, essentially.
Okay, just before he runs, Gaspar's gonna cast False Life on himself. And
Okay.
he's gonna run.
Give me an athletics check.
Not one, of fucking course.
Roll me a Constitution save at disadvantage. With another nat 1, you take 18 points of radiant damage. As you tumble into it, the vines kind of push you into the moonbeam as you don't get caught by them, but the moonbeam burns you badly.
Mm.
Oh no, it didn't work. So I hate that. It's only 6. I hate that it doesn't remove the. It doesn't remove the 10 points before the.
From the minus button, it doesn't?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it doesn't.
Leaving Yezebo and the companions is Turvey will hop through pretty quickly. He's dexterous.
I will try running through.
All right, athletics check. 17. You run through pretty easily. Not quite as quick as Weller or as gracefully as Dusk, but it gets the job done. As you run through, the Flump Cappy will just kind of tag along behind you, grabbing onto you with one of his tentacles, taking Rumpadump with him. Hemeth will also... What he'll do is he actually shrinks down small and takes that opportunity to... He'll also tumble through it, kind of like Dusk did. Leaving just Fungi on the other side.
Hey, look at you, little guy. You made it. Nice job.
Yes, I don't know what you're good. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to make a high-pitched voice when I do that bad accent.
We'll buy some helium.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy some helium.
Fungi, I'll take a few steps back, get a running start, and right before I hit my moonbeam, I'm going to drop concentration on it and just dash through.
Okay, I would say for this, your choice, athletics check or wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to stick with the advantage on athletics checks.
Okay. 24. Yeah, you leap through, perfectly timing it. As the moonbeam fades away, that sheet of vines closes behind you. And you start to see, beyond this tunnel, not too far away, large stalks of white Zerkwoods.
We should remember that if we leave the way we came, if we have to leave quickly, to remember these challenges along the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me
Right.
go.
All right, I guess we will silently start stalking towards the grove, keeping an eye out for these
Zach heals himself again.
mushrooms.
Mhm.
As you make your way, and this is
Pass out trays.
I'd say everything has happened over the course of several hours, and like it's been traveling. As yep, Zach, you cast Pass Without Trace as you have for the next hour. Advantage on stealth checks as you guys creep forward. As a familiar sight to some of you, you do eventually arrive at the outskirts of Neverlight Grove, occasionally hearing this eerie melody and singing coming from within. And you can even see movement within it. Several myconids going about their business as they previously were, but a lot of them seem to be kind of swaying or dancing, spinning, all in their own odd fashion. You would see several of the Zerkwoods. These tall, some of them 70, 80 feet tall, seem to be kind of swaying as well. The far end of the cavern can see this pinkish, bluish glow like cotton candy up a hill to where some of you know is the Garden of Welcome and beyond.
So, but do you know where we should find those
Probably
Blitzen?
dead bodies. I said look for the brains. They're around here somewhere. I mean, they're very short-lived fungus. Maybe near the water? As you do see that large pool at kind of the base of this cavern.
I'm gonna just start walking around looking for.
I guess we're looking for dead bodies, right? Look around for dead bodies.
Okay. Will be a survival check looking for dead bodies.
Let's try not to add to them.
Try not to add to them, exactly. As you're looking around at one side of this pool, a familiar mound, which was the mound of the explorers? No. Are you alright?
Yeah, sorry. Didn't realize I was unmuted. I'm dying.
Sounds like you're just inhaling too many of the spores here.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it is.
sounds
That's all it
perfect.
is.
It was
I want to be back on the boat.
the Circle of Hunters, which is no more. This mound of dirt, multicolored. You do see bones sticking out of it very easily. It's a large mound, maybe about 15 feet wide. And across this pond, you would see just kind of swirling miasma of spores and dancing and moving fungal creatures, myconids. Some of them the size of Rumpidump, others about 15 feet tall. Actually, one of them's 15 feet tall. The others are about 8 feet tall. Well, you found a mound of bodies and rot.
Great, and it's surrounded.
Well, they're across the pond.
Right.
Let's make it as silently as we can and fill up the bag that Weller has and get the hell out of here.
I'm with you.
Oh, Weller's gonna hand the bag off to either Fungi or Zach.
Yeah, perhaps one of us that can become invisible and can fly.
I'm assuming you guys aren't actually at that mound then, I take it, from the sounds of what you guys are talking about?
Weller's not.
Okay.
I think the guys that rolled for it are the ones that are there.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
We're at the mountain.
Zach and Fungi are crept up at the mound. You see body parts. Is everyone else kind of like in the forest of fungus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Weller's
guess
making his best attempt at becoming a mushroom.
yeah, close enough that those two can hear us, but not like exactly right on top of the mound.
Gotcha.
That way we don't risk all being surrounded.
All right. Would like everyone to give me a stealth check then.
And then we got +10.
+10.
+10.
Well, I don't need it.
Well, it helps.
Pass without a tree.
It helps a lot, but I mean, I didn't really need it.
Mhm.
27.
As you guys are creeping around, you're at this mound of bones and rot. What are Zach and Fungi doing?
Right, mate. How do we harvest these?
I'm just gonna quietly lean down, pull out my herbalism kit, grab my little shears and tweezers and start flipping and
What are you clipping?
picking. Oh yeah, shit. We got
It's just a mound of bones and rot.
yeah, that's right.
This is not the funky.
Well, then I'm
shit
gonna
we're
start by
looking
just
for.
seeing if I can. I'm gonna take my staff and I'm just gonna start
Start poking around.
poking around, see if I can start like finding the stuff, like looking through. Mama, where are you?
Give me an investigation check.
It's-
A 13.
That good enough?
That is a failure, if you must know.
Okay, wait. Yep. And 17 a failure?
17 is not.
Yeah.
You start rumbling through this mound of death debris. You hear a crack as you crack into one of the skulls buried beneath. You would see this silvery greenish substance, almost like bubbles, this flappy, bubbly, goopy growth within. Almost kind of looks like slugs stuck to the inside of the skull.
Right, so we just take the skulls with us then?
Given our situation, that does sound like a better idea. Yes, yes. Let's just grab some skulls. So skulls. They gave me the bag, right? Yeah. Skulls in the
yeah.
bag.
Bag. I'm just handing them to him. Here you go.
Just toss them in.
Yeah.
As you start tossing
skulls.
skulls, we'll say roll me 46. See how many skulls you get.
Ooh. Oh, mix.
I'll take the average of those. There'll be 17 skulls.
Mhm.
You get 17 skulls from this one mound. You can see further into the grove, there are several of these mounds.
Right next. quickly?
Yeah, go nice and easy.
As it is across the lake. That's where you see
How
the movement.
far?
About 60 or so feet.
And we do see movement across the lake.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
no.
see the mushrooms all over there. They're myconids.
Right.
They
It's all
seem
good.
like they're dancing and swaying, and some of them kind of spinning and kind of shaking their heads as little spores kind of release from them. You can see on a terrace across the way, looks like one of these myconids is building up these weird sculptures of grown mushrooms, kind of like a pyramid with like a mushroom top, almost like a chimney atop this little mushroom pyramid that's been grown. One thing resembles a log cabin, but if it were sideways, if that makes sense, with an open bottom. And just these different kind of structures, stacking of multiple different kinds of mushrooms. That's just on one terrace beyond it. This area seems like it's full of different terraces, as that purplish blue light is coming from the far terrace. You can't really see beyond high up.
Right.
And that's where Fungi
Okay.
would know is the Garden of Welcome.
We don't want to go in there.
I just
No.
want
No.
everyone to take note that Steven said that's where the myconids are. And Zach goes, oh, so it's fine.
I mean, they're just myconids.
Right. Don't go there. Don't
It's
go
just
there.
myconids. It's okay.
No, don't go there. We're far away from that.
I mean, they were pleasant-ish when you guys were here.
Except for that
Yeah.
whole, like bodies buried in the ground. Please kill me.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I will say, dude, that's a good point, Weller. Fungi, you know where a lot of bodies are.
Ooh,
Like,
At the
a
Garden of
lot.
Welcome.
If you wanted to fill that bag, that garden is where it's at. Like-
Oh,
That's
yeah,
such
don't
a
even
risky place to
don't even
go.
think about it.
Like, so
I'm-
many bodies. You
Do
heard
it.
you heard them all talking.
Do it.
So you know that there's skulls there. Just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Don't even think about it.
Do it.
You can make your own decisions. I mean, I'm not trying to egg you on in any direction, but that is where you know there's a bunch of bodies.
There's so many bodies.
So many
So
bodies.
many bodies.
Well, it gives me another idea with it all.
Yeah, there you go. Love ideas.
Like-
Let's hear it.
Like drowning
Well,
pool at the bodies.
Or just do it. And tell
Or-
Zach to follow you.
Doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, look, we're not doing the much more advanced harvesting. We're just grabbing skulls and walking right out. Question is how blatantly could Mr. Bones go through and come right back out with them?
There's only one way to find out.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's not Mr. Bones. I mean, we have bodies, so it might not be Mr. Bones. Maybe I gotta come with a name for a zombie.
Just,
I
mean-
just give him the bag and tell him fill it
That's
up.
what I'm thinking. That's
Number-
exactly what
number
I'm thinking.
Number one, Mr. Bones did wonderfully. All right.
He
Yep.
did.
Yep,
Compliments to the chef, right?
100%.
Number two, if you're sourcing names, may I suggest Reginald?
Reginald?
Yeah,
Yes.
Reginald.
Yes.
So you guys, I'm missing the context on Reginald here.
No, it's just a cool sounding name.
Oh, okay. All right, what do we got more? Skeletons around or zombie-esque bodies? Like,
I mean,
deaths?
there's enough rotten growth that you could assemble a plant zombie.
Oh, could he
Okay.
make a myconid?
Well, so if
Zombie.
nothing else, I will
There's
pull up
probably a
zombie.
few dead myconids around too, buried within this same mound.
I don't think I can animate dead or myconid. Let me just.
I mean,
double-check this
flavor
out.
wise, like, I don't care.
Well, here's what I was thinking. If I'm just gonna grab some mushrooms and just stick it on him,
Yeah.
Just- parts of his body.
I like that
Sure.
better. Make him look like a creature out of
so we got
Last
two
of Us.
steps here. Number
Yeah.
one is my only other level 3 spell. We're gonna pull up a Reginald.
Roll me a d20.
Right.
I should have done it for Zach too. You're lucky I forgot with Passed Out Trace. With a 7, you're barely good.
So we got that. Gonna grab a few local mushrooms, stick them on them, so we
Yeah,
kind of blend in.
there's so much like growth
Yeah.
and just fungal stuff here that you just smash it on him like a mud almost, and bits of it stick out.
Now, for good measure, because we need to see what's going on here, I am also going to bring Lucas back. Lucas the spider.
The spider.
He
Also bring
I
back a
just shake
spider.
out,
Yes.
and my little Lucas buddy
Roll me a d20.
falls out, and I'm going to tell him, go, as I'm going to hand Reginald here the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hold on to this.
Grabs
Lucas,
it.
you're going to go. As Lucas goes in, Reginald, I want you to go up there, point out to the garden. I said, I want you to go find as many skulls as you can around that place, put them in the bag, and then come back. Don't bother anybody. Just do this, and come on back. You got that, pal? I'm going to take that as a yes, buddy. Come on.
The adventures of
I
Reginald
will.
and
I will.
Lucas.
I will need a d20 for summoning Lucas.
The
Oh,
adventure of Reginald and Lucas.
Yeah.
That sounds actually
I
hilarious.
would read that book.
This is a
It is
D&D
good.
kids book.
Yeah.
As Zach, you watch him summon this zombie, plaster it with fungal matter, and hand it a spider. And start talking
And a bag
to
of
it.
holding.
And a bag of holding. That has all your skulls in it so far.
Surely that can't go wrong.
All right, so am I good with the 5, or is something bad happen to me?
5's good.
Okay. So
If you want, I'll
yeah,
tell
so
you
is he-
tell you what determines the number for the roll. It's double the spell level. If you roll under that, you're good.
Oh, okay.
So if you rolled a 6 on that 3rd level spell, something would have happened. If you rolled a
Gotcha.
2 or 1 on the 1st level spell, something would have happened. Because the Fairzus is strong here.
So so as they go off, I'm just gonna say, Zach, just stay close. I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna warg into Lucas as I follow along and watch as he
Okay.
does his Reginald thing.
He's going up to the Garden of Welcome, and you know there's that kind of pathway going up to that plateau. He's walking right towards it, as several dancing myconids. The tallest one, who you would know as Sovereign Philo,
Oh, man, Sovereign's there.
dances
You don't know what that guy is, but fuck.
dances over to him. It's weird because they don't make noises when they talk. It's trying to imprint senses. And so you would just kind of see these myconids, and several of the Zerkwoods are also around. As your zombie starts to... It just ignores them. Trying to walk up to the pathway to the Garden of Welcome. You would see 2 of those Chul creatures that are guarding that pathway. With their big clipper-clapper claws. Grab on to your zombie friend.
Uh-oh. Zach, this is not going well.
Right, they're gonna destroy it, and I'll go pick up the bag.
Because the rest of you guys from nearby can kind of see all this happening too. Like it's not. It's. I would say it's mostly dim light here. It's not super dark.
So, plan it into work, fun guy.
No, no, let it play out. Let's see what happens.
You would see a Sovereign Philo kind of put its hand on your zombie, on Reginald. And it's kind of this, because you don't sense it. It's trying to release some spores. And it's like not working. It's dancing the entire, like kind of just swaying the entire time as it's trying to release these spores. And like as you're looking through the eyes of your spooter, like it's you see these spores dancing around.
Casmus, I gotta be honest, it's not looking good. You may be right.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Gee.
I don't see us yet.
Yes.
Fungi should have told him to dance.
And talk to him at this point.
Because it can't talk to. It's essentially trying
I can't
to
communicate through
yeah,
Lucas.
it's trying to talk to your zombie, but it's not. I guess your spooter would get images of a celebration of like glorious lights and it's just warm feelings.
Damn, I really wish I sent a rat instead of Lucas now. Would have totally ratatouille'd him.
You're spider chewing him. As it doesn't seem like the Chules are letting Reginald go. But he's there. With the bag.
Oh,
Sure.
shit, Zach. This didn't work at all.
All
That
right,
was my
I'm gonna-
idea. What you got?
I'm gonna go get the bag. I'm gonna turn invisible.
Roll me a
Dropping fast
d20.
for that turn. Yeah.
Well, the adventures of Lucas and Reginald were short-lived.
Like it's-
They're still
Wait,
there.
wait. Before you go. Okay, I don't know how good they are at sensing the other stuff just because you're invisible. Don't take that as a guarantee. Maybe I don't know, make like one of those copies of you or something like that. Make a little distraction if you need to.
All right, if I need to, mate. Invisible? Successful?
Yeah, it goes off without a hitch.
I'll be back. And I'm gonna go get the sneak up there quietly.
As you sneak up, there's dozens of myconids around, all dancing, and you can see this larger myconid trying to talk to this zombie, or kind of it's facing this zombie, hand on its shoulder, as one of these Chul creatures is kind of clamping onto its arms, and in its arms it's holding the bag, obviously not talking back.
Oh, well, I'm warped into Lucas again. I'm going to tell him to get on the bag. If he doesn't get left behind.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna grab the bag.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
That makes sense.
Lucas, help him.
With a nat 1.
You grabbed the bag.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But roll
Yanked it
initiative.
off.
You
Yanked off Reggie's arm.
So let me give you an option.
Mm-hmm.
Option 1 or option 2. I'm not telling you what the options are, but they are options.
You gotta roll for it.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
a D2?
Yeah,
You
a
gotta roll a-
D4, a high or low. Going with
Yeah.
low.
Odds or evens.
Option 1. You grab the bag, all of its contents spill out
Yeah.
Okay.
onto the
That's-
ground. All the
Yeah.
Myconids around kind of look at the stuff on the ground.
Yeah, get
look
GTFO.
look towards the zombie. You would actually, in this presence, hear a voice. What is the meaning of this? You should join us for the wedding. It will be the best celebration of all times.
Oh my god,
It's
the
a
wedding
little
hasn't even
like that.
happened
He's
yet.
out. Gone.
And you just, as you kind of dip out, give me a stealth check.
That's fair. 21.
A 21. As you sneak away, the last thing you would hear is, "She is..." And that's it.
That's good.
As you
Cheers.
grab the bag, contents all over the ground, all the skulls.
Yeah. We're going to go harvest the ones away from here.
You already did.
That's all of them?
All the other mounds that you see are on this side of the pond.
Right. So, any piles of skulls not right here? Like,
Give me a perception check. As a couple of other Myconids would kind of start dancing about with a 17. Up on a ledge, about 70 or so feet up and a little bit farther away towards that purplish pinkish light, you would see a couple of skulls dangling over the side of a cliff.
all right, I'll fly up and go snatch those ones. I don't know how many there are.
As you fly up, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
He's good at these.
But my rolls are crap tonight.
With a 16.
Or, yeah.
Just gotta double check something real quick. I'm sorry, it's a Constitution save. Is that worse?
Yes. It would be an 11.
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
As you fly up there, this purplish blue light beyond, you can see a garden of bodies, skeletal bodies, and this minty green grass-like fungus growing all around, several pink and blue illuminations beyond, like kind of this hill, this kind of land bridge stretching out. As you fall unconscious.
Okay. How high up am I? 70 feet?
Did you not land? I'd say you can land up there if you want to land up there, or you can drop down. Your call. Do you want to be up there, or do you want to fall down?
Do I want to fall down? No. Do I want to be up there? No.
Mhm.
I
Tell you what, high or low?
honestly, I don't think I was landing. I
roll-
was planning on just. I thought they were like hanging.
Yeah,
so I was
yeah,
just
there
gonna,
are a
like,
couple of chain. Okay. As you fall unconscious, you guys would see his form drop, or his form appear near the Garden of Welcome. 70 feet up.
Oh, God.
God damn it. We're gonna have to go up there.
You fall down, taking 23 points of damage as you're still unconscious.
Holy Jabebus.
In fact, you're not
How's
unconscious.
Lucas?
You see everything. How's Lucas? He's a spider. Spiders will make that fall, no problem.
Zach took damage, but how's Lucas?
Lucas is fine.
right, that's the important
Yeah.
stuff.
As
Okay, thank
you,
God.
you see everything happening around you, Zach. You see 4 or 5 fungal myconids meander over towards you, kind of dancing
No.
towards you. As the rest of you guys would see this too, you would see Zach's form just kind of appear and drop down.
Right, we're gonna have to go up there, I guess.
Zach, you would hear in your head as spores start to fill your vision. What are you doing here? Were you invited to the wedding? Everyone is invited already. How did you get here? You can respond. In your head. You seem hurt. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I need to be able to walk.
Oh, your legs are broken.
No,
We can fix them.
no, nothing is broken.
I see. We'll take
Can you pick me up and carry me over there to my friends?
We will take you to Sovereign Philo.
Oh.
He will know what to do.
Ah.
Friends?
Right. Yeah, right over there. Can you take me to my friends, please?
Over where?
What?
If you could describe the location, as your head is currently not moving.
No.
Right. Over there, past the 5 green mushrooms and those giant white stalks.
Anybody
No.
else get the feeling they're looking at us?
Yes, we will go retrieve them, while you are tended to by Sovereign Philo.
Am I
And they pick you up.
am I close enough to still warg into Lucas to hear what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, you wouldn't hear it though. Or yeah, you would hear it. Yeah, because it's all through the mind. Yeah. You would even hear Zach's thoughts.
Yes, I think they're looking over this way.
Yeah, I'm going back to the group. I'm like, oh, okay. So he just told them where we are.
Oh,
And,
for
what?
God's sakes.
You would see a couple of myconids start to shamble that way, slowly but surely. They're not that fast. As Zach is brought to
Shit.
the center of the grove
Oh, God.
to see Sovereign
Damn it.
Philo.
Yeah, I know. He's, in here, I thought he was not like the other drows.
Again, what is up with the xenophobia with Drow?
I mean, look, you're the only drow that has been really friendly to us. Will,
Jezebel's pretty
grown to
cool.
trust.
Zach's the one that
I
sucks.
find great offense to that.
I will say it throws offense.
Oh, Hemoth, we don't need you now.
They do tend
Okay.
to be pretty backstabby.
Ah.
Okay.
Are we moving or
so-
are we fucking popping up and saying hello to our
It might be
old friend
time
Philo?
to change tactics.
I mean, it's not gonna look good if we literally just somehow. Oh, yeah, we were sorry.
Abandon Zach? No, I don't know. That sounds like
No.
a great plan.
It's not, but at the same time, it's like we literally sneaked in and we didn't. It doesn't look good either.
Zach, you are healed for 10 hit points. As something is poured down your mouth.
That's
Oh,
So,
so much worse over there.
This
So-
will make you feel better. Do not worry. She
diplomatic
will,
route.
She will fix what ails you.
Yes.
I can try the
Oh.
diplomatic route.
All right, diplomatic route.
They're totally gonna try and turn us into them.
Just, I mean,
Yeah,
Philo
nothing.
knows us. We've been here before. Maybe we say we came back for the wedding. We heard it was going to be a great show. We didn't want to miss it.
All right, let's try that.
We were invited.
As
We
yeah,
were
invited.
2 myconids would approach your location. Spores would kind of drift out from them. Hello? Hello? You don't
Hello?
need to hide or
Hey.
be afraid.
No, we were
Hello.
just taking a rest over here
Oh,
by the
such a
water.
lovely day. Such
Yes.
lovely water.
Yeah,
Welcome.
it's been a long journey.
Welcome. Please take respite here. The Grove is the best place to find it.
Yes.
Come, join
We-
us. Your friend is being tended to by Sovereign Philo.
Yeah, I guess, could you take us to him?
Yes, it would be our pleasure. We would love nothing more.
More yours than ours. Thank you, though.
Oh, do not worry. It will also be pleasurable for you. The Great Cedar knows how to take care of all beings. Please come with us.
All right.
Follow them over.
And
As
let's
I
go.
mentioned, I wish I stayed on the boat.
As you follow them over to the central area of the grove. Towering Zerkwoods above, swaying, this music emanating from nowhere and everywhere. The occasional voice just kind of on the wind that isn't there. As you approach, I would say Reginald probably looks over towards Fungi and shrugs like, I'm sorry, I tried. I think
It's okay. It's okay.
if
buddy.
it had eyes, it would give you puppy dog eyes.
Oh.
But Philo would be kind of propping up Zakandrin. As Zakandrin, you're kind of coming to. You kind of just went catatonic there for a moment. And could tell everything that was going on around you. But you're starting to feel your body as your friends and other myconids approach. Sovereign Philo drifts out more spores. Welcome, welcome. What brings you all to the grove? Just respite? Or celebration? There is much celebration to come. We even did a rehearsal some time ago. They have been practicing diligently.
Hey, Sovereign. It's your boy.
Do I know you?
Yes, we were here
Yes,
a few weeks ago.
I have a
we've
hard
been
time
here.
discerning between fleshies, as you are all covered in flesh.
Fleshies.
My spores do not penetrate quite the same. So you
Well-
have my sincerest apologies for not remembering who you are or what you've done.
No, it's fine. Your spores have penetrated us many times.
Oh,
We
Oh.
we were here previously. We did some work for the Grove. We helped, and we heard mumblings of the great celebration, the wedding.
yes, it will be the most wonderful thing any being has probably ever seen. She is wondrous in her ways, and We just anticipate to the fullest.
Is there anything we can do to help prepare?
I
You
am
want us to clean up around here? It's kind of a mess. I got all these dead bodies around. We can take care of that
Oh,
for you.
no, the bodies are part of it. Everything will have a chance at a new life. Please, why don't you take a look at the Garden of Welcome?
Okay.
Your friend here seemed hurt. We found this creature as well.
He's more of an acquaintance right now.
As they kind
right?
of turn towards the zombie Reginald. I cannot communicate
yeah.
with it, though. This
Oh, yeah,
is the strangest
he's
thing.
definitely with us.
Oh,
He's a little slow. Don't hold it against him.
I would never. That would be too unkind.
Hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Are you all right, Fleshy?
I'm fine.
I am glad. It looked like you took quite a tumble. I can tell you are just as eager to see the Garden of Welcome as any.
Right.
Well, I can see you are in a hurry. Please, follow these two servants up to the garden, and they will give you a proper introduction to the Great Cedar herself.
Oh, we get to meet the Great Cedar.
Yes, I hope you brought a great gift. Wedding gifts are often custom at a wedding.
Of course.
We.
Yeah, of course. But we were not prepared to have
Uh,
such an honor bestowed upon us as to meet her.
Oh,
That's what our other friend here is for. He was meant to come be like a gift. That's why he was here ahead of us.
Yes.
a person being a gift. This
Well,
is
he's just a
most
really good help.
unusual.
That's what he does.
I see. Well, gift or no gift, she is ready. She is still preparing for her big day. To join.
Is there anything perhaps we could do to help her prepare so that we don't meet her hat in hand?
I am unsure what this phrase of hat in hand is.
I'm gonna start picking up the skulls there in this area.
Well, is there anything that we could do so that once we meet her, she looks upon
You
us
should
more
probably leave
favorably?
those there. They will grow
Right.
greatly where they are.
Right, they're part of the gift.
The gift.
We were collecting
Mhm.
these, as you say. They will grow great. We were going to, similar to the pyramid-like structure you've constructed, we were going to make an effigy to the Great Cedar out of these
Oh.
skulls.
Gaspide has been practicing his architecture, as he calls it.
Well, we certainly couldn't compare, but we had a similar idea that with these skulls and what they'd be able to grow, we were going to create something with them. That's why we were collecting them. But we were kind
Oh.
of trying to do it in secret.
With the Blotzen.
Yes,
There is no need
exactly.
for secrecy here.
Well, we wanted it to be a bit of a surprise.
Mhm.
That is very thoughtful of you. I assure you, she will not be surprised.
So I'll keep picking up skulls while they're talking. Put them in the bag.
Are you wishing to trade? We do that as well. If you have something to offer in exchange for this gift that you are taking from our land.
What do you want?
It's much
Yeah,
like
we-
picking flowers outside of someone's house and giving them to them.
Well, I mean, we weren't planning on taking them, but yeah, I mean, if you're interested in trade, what tickles your fancy, or what would the Great Satyr, what might she like?
She would like anything and everything.
Okay. How is she fit for jewelry on her wedding day?
I have envisioned that her brocade and her finery will be that of the most opulescent.
Okay. We might be able to contribute to that if you're interested.
Oh. For the gift for her.
Yes, of course. Well, if you're interested in trading, I mean, for these skulls, again, we had this great plan envisioned of what we would gift her. But if you're open to trade instead, we could take these skulls off your hand for you, and in return, give you something that, now that I think about it, might be even better. I mean, you guys have tons of skulls down here. She's seen dozens of them. But we have been to Blingstone recently, and we have some jewels and gems.
We haven't gotten
and-
travelers from Blingtonstone in some time. I was worried they would not make it.
Well, we are representatives, if you wish. But yes, we have jewels and gems from Blingstone that might add an extra flair to the opulence that you
Give me a
mentioned
persuasion check.
earlier. God damn, I'm trying my best.
I know.
Anybody else, feel free to speak up at any moment.
You're on a roll, buddy.
The 16.
I don't want to roll any more dice tonight.
You rolled so bad today. I feel so bad for you.
Let me do this. I got inspiration. I got to burn, right?
You
Let's,
don't. I mean, you got it until
Yeah.
you have a long rest.
all right. Let me go ahead. Let me just
Yeah,
let
why
me
not?
add to it.
You can't
Why
get
not?
more if you don't use it.
I clicked it. Nothing happened. What do I need to roll for?
You
it?
just
Was it
roll.
D-
Roll
You should
persuasion
roll.
again. So nothing happens.
It said advantage.
It just
now,
gives
right?
you a reroll.
Oh, okay. Do you have to go with
16
reroll, or you can
16 is
pick the
pretty
best?
good. You take the better of the two.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Go ahead and reroll. I'll take the 16.
We'll go with the 16.
All right.
We have no need for jewelry such as this, although her needs are partially unknown. Perhaps she could use them.
Even if she couldn't use them, as a momentous occasion as this is, consider it an offering from Blingstone.
Oh, a gift
Yes,
for the wedding, of course.
correct.
Yes, we will do with this most kindly of you. Thank you. Does he have gems to give?
Weller doesn't, but I know we picked some up somewhere.
Well, we do have. I'm not going to give them all of them.
Oh, I still got some rubies.
Yeah, I've got some rubies in the bag too.
Pull out a pair. I'll keep one for myself, but I'm going to pull out a pair of my rubies. I think they're each
Oh,
valued at like 375.
these will be fine. I do not know what this entails. These are rocks. I'm sure she
Oh.
may like these.
Oh no, they're not. Each
They're
5.
they're more than rocks, Sovereign. Have you not seen these before? Do you not know the history of these?
They
hold
are gems from
considerable power.
Blingenstone, as you said.
Oh
but
no,
they're
they
more
hold
than just-
considerable power.
they're more than gems. You see, they're red. They contain
It is the color of a fleshy's blood.
fleshy's blood on the inside.
How can it help harvest if it's inside?
I mean, she could break it open if she so choose, I'm sure, but I think it serves more of a.
This is confusing.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought
I
these were
agree.
just finery to add to her.
Oh,
They
but
are.
it's
There's-
more than just finery. I wouldn't just give her rocks.
It's
This is more confusing than you would know.
Okay.
it's a sign of wealth and power to all these.
Wealth will mean nothing in the end.
I got something else here. If the gems aren't to your liking, I'm gonna.
I
start
am
reaching
unsure what
into-
she will like. I think these will do
Okay.
fine.
Oh, okay.
Like he
Yeah.
wasn't scoffing at taking the gems at all. Like he's
Oh.
like, I'll take them, but I don't know what they are. But okay, cool.
Okay, then we're good.
Now, are you going back to the trade conversation? Are you okay if we take some of these skulls with us?
You can have those ones on the ground there. That is okay. Up to see the cedar. Yes?
Oh, you want us to go see her now?
I'm sure she would thoroughly enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm necessarily dressed for the occasion.
She will take you as you are.
Okay.
All right. Well, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, I guess I'm
I do not
I'm
know.
excited.
So, guys,
Out of any.
We are waiting for the celebration to begin. Should be any day now.
How long?
Okay. Sounds great. I guess we'll go see
Preparations
her.
are immense.
Well, like I said, if you need any help with anything, if you need us to go anywhere and pick anything up, we definitely would come back.
Can I ask, what kind of preparations are you doing? Sounds neat.
Mm-hmm.
We are preparing the grove for greatness. We are preparing the world to receive her.
Yeah, but how?
With the greatness of the
Okay.
great cedar. It's like they don't really know. They
Oh,
don't.
you
They
know
don't
what
have
you-
a solid answer for that question. How are you? What are you doing for all this? We're just fucking around, essentially. Like they're just like dancing and like building weird structures and brainwashing their children.
Oh man, you know what she would
Good
love?
times.
What if, like, after the ceremony, she went on a boat ride around the Dark Lake?
She will have no need for boats. She will be everywhere.
Is that
It's
because of the whole like
okay.
spore thing?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How's the groom doing?
We have not received him yet.
Where is he?
We could probably go help you go fetch him.
Yeah, do you need us to go check on him? Like, he's got to be getting ready. Who's taking care of him?
I believe he is taking care of himself.
Oh no! You gotta have groomsmen and
Best
That is
man
up
and,
to the groom's party. We are not that.
Where
who's
are
the
they?
groom's party?
I do not know. I am not the groom's party. That is why I do not know.
But
Don't-
you do know
guys
who
don't
it is.
talk? You gotta coordinate.
I believe she is coordinating with him.
No, that's not allowed. She can't do that.
Mm-mm.
I believe she is allowed whatever she pleases.
Okay, I mean fair, but also like you get there's a little pomp and circumstance you got to keep going here. Like
That is quite a large word, one that I am unfamiliar with.
pomp?
Yes.
Okay.
Please, go see her. She would love to meet you. I just know it.
Okay.
Hopefully she will feel the joy that I have felt just in your presence.
Oh, that's so sweet. Philo, I'm gonna be real with you for a second.
We are all
Uh,
real, but we are all also not.
Last time we were at Weller's just ignoring what he's saying. Last time we were at the Garden of Welcome, there was like some people buried in the ground that were screaming out for help.
Those were screams of joy. You've
Oh,
already been
okay.
to the Garden
Right.
of Welcome.
Yeah, we
Okay.
went last time we were here. I just want to make sure that
His
not
head
going to-
kind of cocks.
that's a big word.
How did you...
You don't remember? You
Let me-
let us in.
Let me escort you to the garden this time to ensure that you are received fully. I would not want your admissions to go unattended. Or forgotten.
Mm.
Please, this way. And gestures up the pathway.
Okay.
The Chul will let go of the zombie. And one of them starts kind of crab walking up this pathway going up on the terrace.
Mm,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah, we're just following
Or
for
just
now.
following along. Just play along for now. Well, figure this out.
If anybody tries to bury you, don't let them.
That's good advice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might
just
be more pertinent than you know.
You guys are following up to the Garden of Welcome as you're going up
No.
this terrace. No, you're not?
I mean, we don't want to.
Reluctantly, we're
I've-
playing along.
Okay.
I've run out of persuasion. I don't know any other routes out.
Okay. As you head up there, seeing it very similar to how you saw it last time. This where Zach had seen in the distance this blue and purple pulse, blue and pinkish pulse of light. And you see that pulsing of light echoing out from a giant mushroom in the far side in its own little cavern, kind of filling the entire cavern. Beyond this terrace that is the Garden of Welcome, this land bridge, as the sides give way to nothingness, bones and faces kind of poking up through the ground, colorful pink and blue mushrooms, large and wondrous. And that's where we're going to end tonight,
Grab some skeleton heads when nobody's looking.
as you guys will be
Mhm.
led up to the Garden of Welcome.
See,
I didn't want to come back here.
We're going to end there tonight, folks. Thank you for watching, and
Thank you, guys.
stick around with us next week. We'll see you next time.
Night Twitch.
Night.
No, no, no.